Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
WKGN 1340, Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock at 3:01 on a Thursday edition of the show. The week is flying by. The year is flying by. Life is flying by. Not to get all existential
You get all metaphysical
on you at the beginning of the show here this afternoon. No, man, it's, goes by fast. My phone sent me one of those videos. Your phone ever send you a video of like it
montage?
it takes your pictures.
Yeah.
And then like makes a montage with
it's cool.
Yeah.
It sent me one of those of my sweet baby girl from 2014, I think. So
she was itty bitty.
She was 7. But got all up in my feelings.
That one of mine and her, my boy and her when we were doing some kind of bowling outing. That one gets me in my feels.
Anyway, good afternoon, gentlemen. Bob, you got any inner feelings you want to share with the group today?
No.
The ever stoic Bob Baskerville this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, when you get in the portal and you start thinking about the future of Tennessee football, it can make you feel different types of way. People handle it differently. We've got this Sam Leavitt kid in town. He's staying through the night. I mean, that's got to be a good sign, right? If you want Leavitt, and I don't know. I just got into the building late today and catching up here right before we get on the program, and I guess the rumor mill is spinning. Where's Houston Cress when you need him?
I mean, if you want
on
him,
a lake somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
So where's all these numbers coming from? People throwing out numbers and Adidas and the other.
I don't know. I can't get to that part of it. I was talking with Bob before the show started. I'm still not. I don't know whether or not I really, want us to land him.
Just because of the injury?
The injury, and we won't know until fall camp.
Well, let me ask you this. If Magic Dr. Smith could wave a wand and say, he's not going to be available for spring practice, but he's going to be – you're going to hold him out of spring practice as a precaution. He'll be able to stand out there on the field and walk through things and start to get in the flow of it, and then he'll be able to work out in the summer. You're not going to have any contact or anything, and he's going to be 100% by the season. He's going to let it rip, and the foot is not going to be an issue next year. Would you want him then?
Yes. Just go ahead and – yeah. Absolutely, 100%. I would have, because of what we've heard, some of the rumors coming out of Arizona – I would have some conditions on it. I would let him know that he is coming here to be groomed into a top flight NFL draft pick, and we don't have the time or the energy to fool around with. I've heard his brother's a nightmare to deal with.
Well, that could be true. Do you want to get yourself into another Big Nick situation? These guys, Bob, you've talked to these basketball coaches and football coaches. The behind the scenes with the parents and the agents, it's nonstop. You're not going to be able to avoid that in college athletics in 2026. Where are you at with Sam Leavitt and the search for our next quarterback?
Well, I think what Bear and I were talking about too is I think it's a combination of things, and it's cause and effect is this whole Lisfranc thing with Leavitt and the fact that we're assuming what we're going to have to pay to get him. It just feels like that's the part that has me concerned. It's like the guy can play, man. There's no question about it. But what's his physical capability? And then also, God, it would kill me if he's just at like half speed or something and we've spent $3 to $4 million on him.
Yeah,
Or
man, you're going to buy a Ferrari that it's a Ferrari, but the engine
got a governor on it.
Well, no, it might have a crack in the block. You know, you may not end up getting to drive that thing.
In the NFL Combine, I mean, you've heard the stories about it's a meat market. They strip you down to your skivvies and get out there, and they're pinching you and pulling on you and poking you and all this stuff to figure out. And like people have always said, oh, that's unseemly. It's like you're spending a ton of money on an employee whose job is to be athletic. Yeah, you're going to check out his body. You're not hiring an IT guy here. You're going to you want to know whether those knees work and all that stuff. I mean, surely we can do something similar. Like if you're negotiating with him right now and say, listen, we got a big deal and maybe there's some incentives there. It can become, you know, maybe we'll give you the base $3 million, which seems to be cheap for a big name quarterback these days. But if you make it through if you start 12 games, we'll give you another $1 million. If you win 9 games, we'll give you another $1 million, and so on.
Or if you make the playoff, that's what we were taught. We talked about that as well. You know, if you make the national championship game, that's $1 million bonus.
I guess technically that's pay for play, and it's illegal, and we're not supposed to do that. But I mean, yeah, who?
I mean, Washington's getting ready to take their quarterback to court.
You're also not supposed to be tampering with players on other rosters, and that's clearly happening. So,
yeah, you guys think this is something? I'm glad I remembered it. Do you think that Kiffin could be the first casualty of somehow them cracking down on the tampering? Because it sounds like Washington's got the goods on him. I don't think it matters because there really aren't any rules. It just make him look even worse.
I think you just answered your own question.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Okay.
The other thing with Leavitt is there's a narrative out there that he's waiting on Dante Moore, the Oregon quarterback, to decide what he wants to do. Sam Leavitt is from Portland, so there's a thought that he could be going home there for another playoff team to slide right in and be the starter there. Of course, Dante Moore and Oregon play against Indiana tomorrow. Got Ole Miss Miami tonight. We'll probably chat about that at some point. Yeah. But Dante Moore and you know, if Indiana wins, presumably you would get a decision from Dante Moore pretty quickly, maybe by the weekend or early next week. And if he stays, then Leavitt would presumably need a place to go, and it looks like Tennessee could be at the top of that list. Sounds like Miami is fishing around for a Leavitt as well. So we'll see what happens. Again, like he was supposed to leave today. Apparently he's going to stay through the night. So that, I mean, we live in a beautiful place. I don't think he's sticking around just to enjoy the ambiance of Gay Street one more night.
Crumble cookies.
Well, I would think, no, I mean, it's obviously that I would imagine it sounds like they're pretty close to maybe making a deal to get him here. I don't know, man.
It would suck for Heupel to spend all this time, 48 hours with this kid in the trenches, negotiating, agents, the medical situation, whatever it is, and then Dante Moore leaves. Like they lose tomorrow, Dante Moore leaves on Saturday, and Levis just like, yep, sorry, going to Oregon. What a waste of time.
Yeah, I don't know. I also wonder if he's been here so long. I wonder if he's gone through a physical here, seen our orthopedic doctors, and I mean,
because I guess you would think. I mean, we're not really in a position to be like, well, you have to take this medical thing. But again, like if you gave this kid $3 million or whatever, a big contract, and like he's he's playing basketball or something, as has been rumored this summer, and he re-injures that thing, or he re-injures it in camp and he ends up not playing or gets hurt in the first game, that would be like Ricky Gibson blowing out his shoulder in the first game is one thing. Your quarterback, you just pulled out of the portal and put all your eggs in his basket. And I'm just using this as, a worst case scenario example, but it could happen.
Absolutely it could. That's what makes me kind of shy away from that, and the fact that one of the quarterbacks we're watching tonight was brought into Ole Miss to be the backup.
Okay, so you're shying away. What's your plan?
Well, my plan would be to hope that my hopes about Heupel are realized, and that he has, like as you were saying, plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D.
I'm starting to come around to if it's not this, and I'm not sure I want it to be this, that's what I've said, then let Heupel let's see what happens with Joey, or let's just bite the bullet.
Go with the kids?
Go with the kids, man.
Heupel,
Can't go with the kids, man. That's going to, ain't nobody.
Well, what? Risk? Who else? Who else is out there at this point?
Dylan Raiola?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I forgot I saw he was who he's in with, or who was recruiting.
He's in with a therapist, man.
I mean there's probably some quarterback we've never heard about. We didn't know anything about Trinidad Chambliss this time last year, or Joey Aguilar.
Okay, but for every Trinidad Chambliss and Joey Aguilar, there are 15 to 20 other guys in that same level that aren't as good or wouldn't play as well. And all it takes is missing on one of those 20 guys, and we're screwed next year.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a great deal. I was listening to Tony earlier, and he said it best. He goes, just the sheer randomness of this and just how lucky you have to get.
Yep.
I would rather do that, look for the next Joey, than Raiola. I mean, just find the best FCS quarterback last year and offer that dude $1 million.
That sounds similar to the –
you come in, it's cheaper, and that kid's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder looking to prove that he belongs, and you're not going to have to worry about his agent or his brother or his mom or his dad or anybody else making your life hell behind the scenes.
He's going to give you 110% because he's trying to make it to the next level and working hard.
That was a very derisive.
I just we're already spending money on these other guys, and for what? At this point, if we don't have something that is markedly better, without a shadow of a doubt, is a better option than those guys, then why would we do that?
Well, by the way, the 5-star quarterbacks are going to college elsewhere too, right? I mean, we can't be the only one that has a bunch of money tied up. Like Alabama had the Mac kid and Keelan Russell on the bench playing behind Ty Simpson this year. I'm sure their fans are thinking, well, that's a lot of money that could have been spent on other players.
Walker, you're
running backs.
You're past and former Pac-12 guy. Jaden Maeva with USC, was he a true freshman?
This year?
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure he was a second year because I think he sat or came in after Moss 2 years ago. I think Riley sat Moss halfway through the season in 24.
Okay.
And then Maeva came in. So he's either a redshirt sophomore or a junior.
Okay. I do think I'm just saying this is in the absence of having anybody that's worth a damn, because I'm not sure I don't know about – I think we're looking at the Trinidad Chambliss story and thinking that, we can go get an FCS guy and he'll be just like that. I'm not sure that's the case.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is there's a lot of quarterbacks that are out there that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
They're out
know
there.
Their names.
Don't even know their names. They're out there. Folks, we got a big show lined up for you here this afternoon. It is day 7 of the NCAA transfer portal. Still got another week or so to go in this thing, and we got a big show lined up today. Christopher Gabriel, the CGP, coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll get his thoughts on Tennessee in the portal. I feel like I've been talking CG off the ledge all week long. He's wanting to panic. We might let him panic here on the air because, well, quite frankly, it's entertaining. But we'll see what he thinks about it. And then coming up in hour number 2, GP, Greg Polinsky, Tennessee basketball assistant, set to join us live on the air. We'll talk about the big win against Texas on Tuesday night, and I've been calling it a huge opportunity game for Tennessee this weekend down in Gainesville. So a lot to get to here this afternoon. If you want to jump on board, go ahead and take a shot now. 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show. You can call or text us today at 865-966-3435. Shout out to the YouTube crew watching online over there on Fan Run TV. We'll read from your chat coming up as well. You're looking for the kid from Louisiana apparently not going to be able to get in school. Like we don't have his mate. Something about credits not transferring.
Yeah, because he's going where? Where'd he commit to?
I don't know. Once they don't come to us, I
stop paying attention.
Yeah. So we got some new names on the running back chart that we'll share with you coming up here in just a little bit.
Credits wouldn't transfer? Is that
that's
still a thing?
It was
Evidently.
Isaac McNeely last spring. That was
They got to get that fixed, man.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
It's dumb as hell.
Dumber than a rock.
And
As
you
my
think
papaw would say.
Alabama's going to let that stand in the way of getting a running back they want?
No, you make up a major for the kid. School?
Yep.
Ain't nobody coming here to watch you play school, son. Quick timeout. The Drive. Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Your smile is one of the first things people notice, so why not make it unforgettable? At Knoxville Smiles, we believe everyone deserves a smile they're proud to show off, whether it's time for a routine checkup, a professional cleaning, or something more advanced like teeth whitening or veneers. Our expert team is here for you. We use the latest technology to provide the highest quality care in a comfortable, friendly environment. At Knoxville Smiles, we don't just treat teeth, we treat people. Our goal is to make every visit as stress-free and pleasant as possible. So if you've been putting off your next dental visit, now's the perfect time to take the next step towards a healthier, brighter smile. Give us a call at 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment. That's 865-539-1776. Or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Are you a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal? Are you concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency? You know the Griffin Law Firm is your trusted ally in military legal matters. But did you know they also specialize in civilian federal employment law? If you're a federal employee facing workplace challenges like suspension or removal, if you're concerned about your security clearance with any federal agency, the DOE, FBI, FCC, or DOD, you might not know it, but you do have legal recourse. The Griffin Law Firm specializes in federal employment law, military law, and security defense law. VFL Marshall Griffin and his experienced team are ready to make your problem their problem, no matter which federal agency you work for. Don't face federal employment issues alone. Remember, remain silent, request counsel, call Griffin Law. 888-707-4282, online at griffinlawdefense.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Fan Run Radio, the drive continues. It's a Thursday afternoon edition of the show. I'm Russell Smith alongside Bob Baskerville, Baron Walker through the glass this afternoon in your White Claw Hard Seltzer studios of Fan Run Radio. And pleased to be joined by the one and only Christopher Gabriel, the CGP of KMJ Fresno, joining us this afternoon. Hello, CG. How are you, sir?
Hello, my friend. Happy New Year to all of my favorite folks in East Tennessee. That, of course, that's a lot of you, but it begins and ends really with the gentleman in your studio right now. And, well, it's true. You know, truth is easy. It's beautiful here in Fresno, California, the heart of the Central Valley. I'm looking out right now at the Sierra Nevada Range, the 12,000-foot mountain, snow-capped. And a few minutes ago, I got off the phone with my niece, one of my favorite nieces or nephews, wishing her a happy birthday. I mentioned that to you because where did my niece graduate college from? Take a wild guess. Not Tennessee, Arizona State.
Ah, just like our Walker Smith. You got a Sun Devil in the family.
Got a Sun Devil in the family. Of course, Walker is a Sun Devil. And I'm guessing as negotiations, if they are in fact going on, or if he's playing a video game in Neyland, I'm sure that Walker has orchestrated all of it.
Yes, Walker is the secret straw that stirs the drink, and trying to get Sam Leavitt here. CG, I feel like you and I have been texting all week. I get these urgent texts from you. Russell, I'm panicking over here. What are we doing? Everybody else is getting committed, and I'm trying to talk you off the ledge. CG, you got to let it play out. This thing is a process. It's a marathon, not a sprint. How are you handling the ups and downs of the portal so far?
Well, you know, you're right. You and I have been texting all week, and one of my New Year's resolutions is not to text you as much as I normally do because I feel like I'm getting in the way of the family at this point. You know, your lovely wife.
I thought you're just like didn't want to hear from me anymore. Okay.
No, that's not true. Your lovely wife said, "Can you please just 2:00 in the morning texts don't really help us here." But I think what I actually said was, I'm not panicking, but the train that I'm on right now is what are we doing exactly? What exactly are we doing? Because I would be disingenuous if I said that I understood what Josh Heupel and his staff, what their attack is on the portal every year. But I think, Russ, we can agree that every year he has managed to come out with a couple of really good players. But that right there is the problem. It's been a couple of good players. It hasn't been a lot. And I know that he's done a good job recruiting. We have a top 5 recruiting class. We've got, with FaZe and Brandon coming in and some receivers, Tristan Keys and so on. But clearly the evolution of college football right now, the way the game is going, is that teams are getting a little bit more retooled through the portal. We've obviously seen that with Indiana, which came out of last couple of years, came out of nowhere. Last year we were kind of joking, well, this is kind of a fluke team. Nobody's joking about Indiana anymore, or Kurt Signetti, or the approach that they have. And here they are in the semifinals of tomorrow night against Oregon, and they've got, a dozen kids already committed. You've got Oregon active in the portal. I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is I trust I've tried to trust Josh Heupel. I've been a fan of his and a supporter of his really since the day he was brought to Knoxville. We always go back and say that when I was on your show the next day, right in the pocket there. But from a distance, Russ, it seems like the Tennessee Volunteers are late to the dance every year when it comes to the portal. I used to think that he's playing his cards close to his vest. He's got a plan. We're going to find out what this plan is, and then we're going to hear 5 guys are just signing these elite portal guys. No, that's not been what's happened this year. We're getting beat for players by powerhouse programs like West Virginia and Virginia Tech, for heaven's sake, North Carolina State. And listen, one of the phrases that's very popular amongst all the folks on social media is poverty program. It's a cute phrase, right? It's used for everything now. Well, if we take the word itself and attach it to Tennessee, let's just be clear. Tennessee is not broke. Tennessee, on the Forbes list and a couple other lists, is one of the top 10 most lucrative athletic departments in the nation. When it comes to NIL, do we have the free-flowing oil money that Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Texas has? No, we don't. But to suggest that we are a school that can't pay players what they're worth, that's a different story. I guess the question I have, Russ, is what are we doing? How is Tennessee, with the kind of school that UT is, with the kind of campus, with the kind of stadium, a cathedral, one of the greatest sports stadiums / arenas in the nation, how are we getting beat out by some of these teams? And the only thing that I'm left figuring out maybe is a couple of possible explanations. One, we have a player that we're looking at, and maybe what the player is hearing from Josh Heupel or a position coach or both is not quite what they want to hear. It's not, the design that we have for them is not what they have for themselves. And another school promises, well, no, we're going to let you do this. We're going to let you play running back. We're not going to make you a punt returner and whatever. That's one. The other is, are we in a little bit of post-Nico stress disorder? And I'm not really making light of it. Are we looking back at how are Josh Heupel and the folks who are making these decisions looking back at what they promised Nico and how Tennessee as an entity got ridiculed by a lot of college athletics, saying, how can you be spending that much money on one guy? And is Tennessee going a little too far the other way, Russ, and saying, we're not going to get caught with that again. We're not going to overspend on a player again. Somewhere within that, I think the truth lies.
CG, thanks for joining us, man. Always good to talk to you. And I'm going to take it a step further with what you just said, because I am beginning to think this is some of what's going on too. It might be remnant of what just happened with the Nico deal. But you also look at, there's a pattern here, and we've talked about it. 3 of the Final 4 teams that are still remaining in the college football playoff for the portal class of 2025, 3 of those 4 schools had 20 or more portal assets come into their program for this current season that we're wrapping up. Oregon was the only one, I think, with 11. But then they had a, over-the-top high school class coming through as well. My point in all this is Tennessee has averaged about 7.5 portal assets for multiple years now. And I can't help but think some of it is off the heels of what happened with Nico, et cetera, that there's been this approach of slow and steady wins the race. That doesn't play anymore, not in this college football landscape. There's too many people throwing money around, probably overspending. I get it. That's frustrating. But I don't know, man. You do that or you get left behind. It feels to me right now, I know there's another week left. We have 3 assets in the portal right now that we have pulled in. It feels to me like we're getting left behind. I can't help but feel any other way.
So much for talking him off the ledge.
Yeah. Well, I but I agree with what you're saying. And seriously, I'm only on the ledge to the extent that I want to see Tennessee back in the playoff next year. I want to see us back in a rightful place of one of the elite programs in college football. But, Bob, to speak to your point, I could not agree with you more. And it reminds me, we're all homeowners. It reminds me of looking for a home for the first time a number of years ago. And long story short, I remember getting a piece of advice from a friend who was a realtor, and he said, listen, you're going to hear a lot of people say, you got to look at 10, 15, 20, 25 homes before you know what you want. Listen, if the first home you look at checks every box that you and your family are looking for, make an offer. Make an offer, because if you don't, you're going to be wondering why you didn't take that one to begin with. And I look at the college players that we have, again, to Bob's point, that we have just let go, and I wonder sometimes, fellas, if Josh Heupel and his staff are being so selective, so methodical in their analysis and in their breakdown of the various talents and how they project these individuals at safety, at defensive back, at running back, at wide receiver, at quarterback, as an offensive or defensive lineman. Are they taking so long to make those decisions that these players are saying, I don't have time for that. I got two other schools that are interested in me. I'm interested in both of them. This one right here, I really dig them. I'm going with them. I'm taking the money while the money's good. I think that there is an element of that in play. I'm just really feeling very strongly that we are being too selective. I get you want to have your ducks in a row, but again, to what Bob just said, if they can make this thing work, if they can figure this out at Indiana, at Oregon, at Ole Miss, at all of these schools, and beyond them, Texas Tech, and some of the other ones around the country, I got to figure that we should be able to do it as well. And it makes me wonder, somebody came at me on I think it was X a while back when I suggested that you look around the country and you look at the programs that have hired or turned somebody into a GM, not a de facto GM, but a GM, somebody who really organizes everything. Has, we all know what a GM's responsibilities are at a radio station, in a company, in a restaurant, and so on. And I know that Tennessee has somebody acting in that manner, but I wonder if that individual or the people that are assembled for that position are really carrying out that function in the ways that some of those other schools are actually doing. Miami is another good example. So I think we're late to the dance. As I opened my remarks to you guys, I think we're late to the dance. I think that we are now, if we don't land a couple of more solid players, with all due respect to the players who may come in, I feel like we're shopping at the dollar store. And that's not to suggest that you can't find some gems out there. When Colton Hood came in, I think he was rated something like the 52nd best cornerback in the portal. And I think a lot of times numbers, Fritz Signetti said it. He said, what do I need to have somebody tell me a player's ranking for? He goes, I'm the guy watching hundreds and hundreds of hours of film. I don't need somebody at a recruiting service to tell me if a player is good or not and if that player can play for me in our system. So I think there really is something to that. So sometimes we get maybe too dialed in with numbers because Colton Hood came in kind of around the whole Nico thing, and there wasn't a lot of fanfare. And then we all saw what kind of player he turned out to be. He was terrific. So I'm not suggesting that we are going to be left out in the cold. There certainly may still be some gems out there, but I am concerned with players who have proven themselves to be worthy of playing in the orange and white, and they've gone to programs that just, it escapes me, fellas, how it's happened.
Allow me to present some comparative information here, because I think what is happening here, guys, is Texas Tech is warping this entire conversation, because they suck all the air out of the room when it comes to this portal thing. And we say, oh, they got the quarterback. Oh, they got both the offensive linemen. They got the running back, the receiver, everything. Here's what some of the other teams are doing right now. We've got, 20 guys out, 3 guys in?
Yep.
Miami plays tonight. 8 players transferred out off their roster. So far, they have 0 players coming in from the portal. Georgia, 10 players out. They've got 1 guy, 1 portal commitment. Oregon, they're playing tomorrow. 14 players have transferred out, including one guy who's still on the team who's going to be playing tomorrow. And they have one guy transferring in. Alabama, 19 guys have transferred out, only 5 in so far. Ohio State, 22 guys out, only 5 in so far. I just think that the portal closes as far as people that can go into it in a week or so, and you've still got until school starts to fill up your spots. I don't know if the conversation, I don't think Heupel and his staff are twiddling their thumbs over there. I think they're getting after it. They know exactly what their needs are. They're trying to figure out solutions here. If we want to have the conversation about money, do we have the money that Texas Tech, Ohio State, Alabama, the other schools have? That's a whole nother conversation to me.
Can I also add the other thing, maybe I didn't articulate this, is the question of have we lost something? Have we lost our vibe in the last couple of years?
Maybe closer to home here because the rest of the country doesn't remember that we lost to Vanderbilt. They say, oh, Vanderbilt had a good year. They beat Alabama too, or whoever they beat. They had some big wins. I don't know. I think when you sit down with Sam Leavitt, you're like, hey, man, we were in this playoff thing last year. We lost our quarterback right after spring practice. It was weird. I don't know, maybe a little bit, but I think that players see us as a high-flying offensive program that is fun for quarterbacks and receivers to be a part of, and a defense that's rebuilding. And it is a question mark, but an opportunity.
Well, to address Russ's points, and I think, Russ, you make very well thought-out points. I would argue or counter respectfully your points by saying with the teams that you just mentioned, with the exception of Alabama, every one of those teams / programs are a little further down the tracks than we are in terms of the current talent on both sides of the ball and in special teams. You can go right down the rosters of those teams, and I think that they are further down the tracks. So I think when you talk about numbers, and boy, you're right about Texas Tech. They changed the narrative, changed the conversation, because it seems like every 2 seconds we're hearing somebody new. What's that? Lamar Jackson's leaving and he's going to sign with Texas Tech too? I mean, that's what it seems like right now. So I agree with you there. But I think those teams right now, I don't know that, with the exception of Alabama, because even though Bama beat us this year, I don't necessarily put their roster any further down the road than ours, with respect to my friend Kalen DeBoer. But I do think those other teams' needs do not match up in terms of numbers, the kind of needs that we have. And I also agree with you that I don't believe that Josh Heupel is sitting around twiddling his thumbs, sitting in the bathtub eating chicken wings. I just that's a vision, isn't it?
Yeah, one I wish I didn't have. But
let's just strike that. Just take that from the tape. Sitting on his chaise lounge, sucking down pizza. I don't think he's just being lazy by any means, but I do think that, and I think just watching where we're at right now and watching how last year or the year before turned out in the portal, he is a slow starter. I mean, irrespective of the people that he's brought in, he is a guy, for whatever reason, that starts slow. And to be fair, the devil's advocate position of that is, well, maybe because he knows things that we don't. He has guys that have quietly committed to him, and they haven't, released that yet. But I'm waiting to see some sort of positivity here, and something where we're beating out somebody for a terrific player. I mean, the Auburn kid that came yesterday, just some cursory research on him, seems like he was a pretty good get. Am I off base, or does he seem like a good get?
Yeah, he's a guy with 2+ years of starting experience in the SEC.
Yeah.
And the other school he was considering was Ohio State. So
that's a good get for Josh Heupel, and we certainly don't want to minimize that. And what I've seen is a lot of fans saying, "Oh, great, we got one guy." Well, that's important. It's important to get one guy, and then another guy, and then a few more guys. But the elephant in the room here in this whole discussion is the one that we've yet to talk about, and that is quarterback, Russ.
We got our guy on campus, I guess, Sam Leavitt. Bear and Bob are not sold, just from an investment standpoint.
Yeah, just a return on investment's my concern, and I think Bear.
Yeah, I mean, he's high ceiling but incredibly high risk.
Just with the injury and everything, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Players come back from injury all the time, and I think this is a guy who I've had a chance to see a fair amount out here. And when you say, whether it's Bear, Bob, or anybody, when you say, it might be a high investment, high risk, well, what is the higher risk? Is the higher risk if Sam Leavitt wants to put his shingle up in Knoxville? He's a terrific talent, and nobody's going to deny, I don't think, that he's a terrific talent when you watch the kid play. Right. But which is the bigger risk, assuming he heals up, and which he will? Is it a bigger risk, Sam Leavitt at quarterback, or starting George McIntyre or Faison Brandon? And that's nothing against their talent, because obviously both of those guys are immensely talented, but I'm not sure I want either of them going out there against that schedule next year as fresh, new talents in the SEC. That is, fellas, that's my big concern.
Well, that's the question Josh Heupel's paid $9+ million a year to get answers to. So
yeah.
Must be nice. All right, CG, we appreciate it, my man. Anything else? Who do you think is going to hoist that big, it used to be the crystal ball, the big chalice or whatever they've got now?
Boy, I'll tell you what. With FCS, I was really riding Illinois State because they were on one of those magical years, and except for some bad kicks at the end, they probably would have won that thing over Montana State. Similarly, Ole Miss. I know that folks are talking about, are they going to be able to do anything with the defense that they're going to see against Miami? I don't know, man. Trinidad Chambliss is a pretty special player, and I'm not ready to throw Miami into the victory column there. I kind of like Ole Miss tonight. I think they're going to find a way. I'll tell you this. They're going to have a massive crowd advantage because we all know Miami does not travel well, and Ole Miss is going to, probably half the state of Mississippi is going to be in Glendale, Arizona tonight. And tomorrow night, the angle out here has been revenge. They didn't really see the true Oregon team in Eugene. Well, that may be true, but Indiana is bringing the same team, only probably a little better, and Oregon too, than they saw in Eugene. Indiana, like Mississippi, they're going to have so many fans in that stadium, so that's going to be helpful for them. I'm going with Ole Miss and Indiana. I think Indiana can beat Oregon a second time, I think any combination of these teams will give us a wonderful championship game. When is the championship game? Sometime in March, isn't it? We need a little bit of time off before we get to that game.
It's like the weekend before the SEC tournament, CG.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope, with the folks, the fine folks that do the college football playoff, maybe we can do something like get rid of conference championships games, start the season a week earlier, and end college football at a more reasonable time, including giving teams in the quarterfinals home games. Maybe that's topics for another time.
Maybe. We don't have time for reasonable solutions this afternoon, CG. We got some commercials to play. Hey, Christopher, really appreciate it, my man. Thanks so much for jumping on. We'll do it again soon.
Oh, I've always appreciated it, fellas. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Thanks, CG.
Christopher Gabriel of KMJ Fresno doing his thing with us here this afternoon on Fan Run Radio. Pause for the cause. Your phone calls coming up next right here on The Drive.
The Drive.
You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players in helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles, unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Hey, this is Bo Kregner with the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. You know, in sports, home field advantage matters, and it's the same in real estate. Our team knows every neighborhood, every play that gets you the win, whether you're buying your first home or selling for top dollar. Let's get you in the end zone. Call me today at 865-742-1035 or visit BoKnowsHouses.com. The Kregner Group, walking by faith, serving others.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair wants to make sure your vehicle is as ready as you are. The last thing you want to do is spend your time on the side of the road waiting on a tow truck. No. Schedule an appointment at Matlock Tire to have your vehicle checked out before you go. Tires and batteries, belts and hoses, fluids and filters, even the AC. Visit Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair in Lenoir City, Athens, Maryville, and Kingston Pike in West Knoxville. Schedule your appointment online at MatlockTireService.com. Matlock Tire, keeping you on the road since 1953.
Walker, what are your thoughts on Sam Leavitt? We haven't asked you. You've seen more Sam Leavitt football than any of us. Do you think that Tennessee should swing for the fences, go big, high risk, high reward with Leavitt?
Yeah, I would think so. At this point, especially since we've already missed on a couple other guys, there's no one in this transfer portal class that has a higher ceiling than Sam Leavitt. Like, if you go back and you watch him play against Texas Tech and beat Texas Tech earlier this year, go watch him play Texas at the beginning of last year, like, the guy is one of the most electric players in college football when he's right. That's the type of guy you're looking to get.
For the naysayers who are, I don't know, the injury, the attitude, the whatever, if we were to, like, pull back and let this kid go elsewhere, and he ends up at Kentucky or Miami or so, and he is healthy, and he's out there just balling out next year, just dropping. Oh man, y'all going to look so dumb.
A lot of Walker says it's true. I mean, this is a guy that's already made it to the playoffs.
Yep, guy who frankly should have beaten Texas in the college football playoff if we could have just gotten a.
What do you make of the line against Mississippi State this year? Their game at Mississippi.
That game?
Wasn't he like 8 of 16 for 58 yards or something?
So that was a weird game because in the first half, Mississippi State they played our pass game really well, and in the second half, we just ran the football for an hour. Like, we barely let Sam pass it. We let Sam run it a lot through there, and that's just kind of how that game ended with those small numbers. And you got to think, the passing numbers, like, he hasn't had a passing season over 3,000 yards, but this season was cut short. Last season before that, he was kind of coming into his own, and you make up those yards with the amount of rushing yards he gets. Like, this is a guy.
Arizona State lost to Mississippi State 24-20 in Starkville this year. Leavitt went 10 of 22 passing for 82 yards with 2 picks.
But I will say we were down at halftime. He led a drive to go about 85 yards. We went down the field and scored. We had the lead with about a minute left, and same thing happened in that game that happened against Texas, where our defense came up, a guy beat us over the top, and they walked us off with a touchdown. That loss wasn't on Sam.
Little glazy.
Whoa, wait. He had 82 yards passing. It's a little bit on Sam.
Yeah, but he also took us down the field and had us in a position to win that game. Okay. I'm just saying, the guy, I get it, the injury stuff is scary. Like, Liz Frank, it's nothing to fret about. But I also said, like, if we're talking about Joey, are we not worried about a guy who had a tumor removed from his throwing arm if he comes back?
He did have a tumor.
Like,
I think there's a lot, I would imagine, it just doesn't seem like the same level of you won't know until fall whether or not he's going to be able to run and cut.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Bear. The Joey thing, what I would say about that is they're saying that's an 8-week recovery period.
Yeah.
Liz Frank, you have no idea.
Yeah,
it could
it's
take
true.
a while.
Something else, it almost came up with Gabriel, and when you brought up, Russ, about the transfer portal and the fact that it's closing, but guys can still go, because Tennessee's spring semester starts so late, we're actually at an advantage over a lot of other schools.
it's true. Kids don't start school for another week and a half, week or so.
Let's get a phone call in here. Brandon is up first today on the drive. What's up, Brandon?
Oh, not much. How y'all doing?
B-Money. Doing well. How are you, sir?
Hey, I like that. You got to remember that, Russ. I'm doing good. Gabriel kind of stole some of my thunder. That's why I love listening to people who have the exact same opinion as me. So he always comes through. And I mean, I just kind of was with him on the sentiment of you can't really afford not to. And I know it's easy for me to say because I can probably donate a 91 Mastercraft ski boat, but to me, like, if you're Hypo, if you're this program, and we're serious, like, yeah, let's go waste some money. I bet anybody that lifts the trophy ain't worried about the money they wasted. You know what I mean? So I think it's just a shot you got to take. And the thing about Nico, now that the dust is settled, is like, yeah, we shot our shot, didn't work out, and I feel like it's always hardest to shoot your shot again when you just miss. But I don't know. To Bob's point of being maybe a little timid, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Here's the thing about this is, like, we don't know because Heupel's ship doesn't leak much. And they have done exactly 0 interviews since the portal opened. 0. I haven't heard a peep. Now, clearly they're talking with Volquest and 247 guys because, you know, that's how that game is played. But we don't know. We don't know who they're targeting. And all we know is who ends up on campus, who visits, and then who commits.
Yeah. Do you think the Austin Price thing the other day irritated them? Did he put that out there about the getting out?
What?
About the what was it? About
He
getting out bid,
paraphrasing
basically?
that he was saying that they're going to need to spend more money if they want to be in these wars,
winning
basically.
these battles.
I don't know.
over kids.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's right. And Brandon, to your point, what I was saying earlier when I was talking about return on investment with Leavitt, I want to be clear. I'm okay with overspending. There's other schools that are doing it. My concern is if we don't have the same kind of resources and we go and spend that money on Leavitt at the expense of defensive players, et cetera, and then Leavitt doesn't deliver because of health issues or whatever the case may be. That's my concern, and that's a worst-case scenario, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. That's all.
No, absolutely not. And you've run big businesses, Bob, and you know how hard decisions are made. And so I definitely respect that. It's just kind of like, you know, when you're trying to date 2 girls at once and they say you're going to lose them both.
Yeah, happens all the time.
I don't think that's what we're dealing with here. I think you got to go for Joey and whoever y'all tell me is the best. I'm not admittedly that familiar with Leavitt's game, other than I know he's up there, and so I'm just talking out loud. Y'all know Aguilar being my number 1. I would love to see what he could do with some chemistry, some Marcus Nash, Joey Kent Payton kind of chemistry that we didn't have a chance to get because of the late turnaround. But hey, it's the very end, like the Nico thing. Hey, at least we were kind of cutting edge and we take some risk, and I don't think Heupel's in a position to not. So I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it. 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show here this afternoon. Texter says, why didn't Heupel get rid of tight end coach and hire Jason Witten? Now his son goes to OU. News coming out today that Jason Witten has been hired as Oklahoma's tight ends coach. And his son Cooper is a 4-star recruit in the class of 2027.
Yeah. He's a linebacker, isn't he?
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty smart by Oklahoma.
Cooper's probably going to go to, well, I mean, you had an opening. Like, are you going to fire Alec Ablin just to get Cooper Witten?
Probably not.
Probably not.
When have you ever heard, like, you hear that in basketball a lot. You used to, hey, we're going to hire so-and-so's coach or daddy or whatever. And
I mean, Pruitt was going to hire Ty Sims' daddy.
That's true.
I think it still goes on. We're running out of time, but what do you guys make of Nico's handler possibly being involved with the Wilson kid in Washington?
That guy, Cordell Landers,
yeah,
dude is a living brain donor.
Oh, man.
Spent time with Cordell.
You did?
And you're not wrong. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Well, you could tell. I mean, like.
When I was doing when Nico was getting recruited still, we were
guys
doing
who
some stuff
post
for Star.
screenshots of their poorly grammatically error-laden text messages
that look thoroughly unprofessional.
Generally idiots.
Not very good.
I'm sorry. Stay with us. Hour number 2 of The Drive. It's coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The Voluntary Reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The Voluntary Reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree-cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Men all around Knoxville are celebrating the difference Men's Pro has made in their life. I'm Evan Bass, founder of the clinic. If you're struggling with ED, we want you to be able to celebrate as well. As men, we hate going to the doctor, but Men's Pro was designed to take care of men like you better. These things can get worse if untreated, but you're not alone. The medical support team at Men's Pro has your back. Today's the day to feel alive again. ED, performance issues, enhancement. We've effectively helped men jumpstart their performance comprehensively and with proven medication dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and under guidance from our medical provider, you could leave with a plan that changes your life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. It's Fan Run Radio, and the Top 4 at 4 is brought to you this afternoon by Smoky Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek, where we'll be next Tuesday, a big live show for the Texas A&M game. Come on out and hang with the Drive next week, Tuesday in Turkey Creek. Walker, what you got?
At number 1, more visits and targets have been announced for Tennessee in the transfer portal alongside quarterback Sam Leavitt, who is staying on campus for an extra day. Some new names to know include Baylor running back Bryson Washington, Alabama edge Quay Russaw, Alabama D lineman James Smith, Oklahoma State wide receiver Gavin Freeman, and edge Jordan Newman.
Did you mention the running back from Cal, Raphael?
No, I did not.
Kendrick Raphael has entered the chat. Good
Two
running back
backs.
names: Bryson Washington, Kendrick Raphael.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we it got announced right before we came on here. We haven't mentioned it. We lost the Louisiana kid to Cincinnati right before we came on. So we're still looking for that guy.
The search for a running back continues. And then there was a punt returner from Okie State, little wide receiver, like 5'8".
That's Gavin Freeman, I think the guy is.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
June bug.
Could be. We need a returner. We need someone to catch punts and be dangerous back there.
That would be nice.
Been saying it for a couple of years now.
Yeah, well, especially we lost that guy to whatever happened there this year.
How do you feel about a Caucasian punt returner, Bear?
I don't care as long as he's
Danny
fast and
Amendola
can
vibes?
score.
As long as he can catch it and knows when to call a fair catch.
I mean, not just catch. We need somebody that can return punts.
D.
We haven't had
Williams.
him- yeah.
D. Williams.
I never thought that when D. Williams walked out the door, it'd be this long.
I thought Boo was going to do that this year.
Yeah, no. It's kind of
Yeah,
hard
no.
to do if you won't practice or work at your craft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point. You have to be at practice in order to succeed.
Yeah.
A lesson Vanderbilt might be fixing to learn.
Yeah, I hear practice makes you better.
We are talking about practice.
Talking about practice. At number 2, Kim Caldwell and the Lady Vols have another road test tonight as they travel to Starkville to take on Mississippi State. Tip-off is at 7:30 p.m. and is streaming on SEC Network Plus. Tennessee is a 5.5-point favorite.
You don't just stroll into the hump on a Thursday night in January and waltz away with a victory, Bob.
No, you don't.
Got to put your hair up and earn it, Kim.
Mm-hmm. Mississippi State, they're 14-2. They're not ranked, but as the spread shows that they think it's going to be close. Can't get caught in a trap game down there in Starkville. Our football team almost did. Lady Vols shouldn't get.
Arizona State did.
We did. By the way, he also had 300 yards against Texas Tech.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Play the numbers game.
You're allowed a stinker.
You're allowed one.
One.
Just one.
But it was to Mississippi State. That's why it's.
I feel like 300 yards and a win against Texas Tech.
I don't really think
balances
Joey
that
had a
out.
stinker this year, did he?
I have to go back and look.
Oklahoma, maybe?
Oklahoma.
I mean, he didn't have a game where he threw for 87 yards.
No.
I mean, Bear could have thrown for 87 yards against
Oh.
that defense.
I don't know about that. See Bear throw a football.
You've never seen me throw a football.
Seen you throw a basketball.
It's the one that
How would you
had.
characterize his throwing motion?
Throwing motion, laboring.
Laboring?
It could be worse. I thought he was going to say feminine.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh. Step outside.
I like how Bear gets more offended over the feminine than the laboring.
But laboring, I mean, I kind of get it. I'm an old man.
I don't mean that as a sexist comment.
At number 3, there's some notable names finding new homes in the transfer portal in the past 24 hours. Former Florida QB DJ Lagway has committed to Baylor. Former Vol cornerback Ricky Gibson III is headed to Texas A&M. Auburn quarterback Jackson Arnold is going to UNLV. And Louisiana running back and Tennessee Target running back Zylan Perry is headed to Cincinnati.
That's where he ended up.
What is more likely, a Ricky Gibson pick 6 against the Vols next year or a Mad Max Gilbert game winner in Vietnam?
Oh, Gibson, I would think.
I don't think Arkansas is going to be good next year. So
we didn't think they were going to be good the last time we went down there.
That is true.
They weren't.
That is true.
But they beat us.
Well, lest we forget, that was a Joshy Boy prediction a couple days ago.
Oh, God.
Max Gilbert is going to
complete
send us packing.
I mean, either one could happen is a scary thing. Both could happen.
And that's just something we're going to have to live with in the day and age of the portal. If guys are moving around every year, Jordan Ross is visiting LSU and Alabama this week. Like, you're going to routinely be playing against guys that left your school.
Mm-hmm.
And you're routinely going to be playing against schools with guys that left that school.
Yep.
So you can't really get in your feelings about, oh, my God, this guy that left us beat us, because you're probably just as likely to deliver the same thing to somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, we've got the kid from Auburn that we just picked up.
What if he
Kay and
runs
Lee with
one
the pick
back?
6 against Auburn?
Yeah.
I mean, like, how devastating that would be to those folks?
Probably pretty devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Or LSU, we got that. I mean, what if he ends up being, he's kind of just been a career backup, but.
I did go look at the Auburn On 3 site to see what they were saying about Kay and Lee, and like one of their mods, one of the Auburn writers was basically saying that he thinks Auburn is better off without him and his camp.
It's one of those situations. A camp situation.
Well, I mean, it's not like Heupel and company have a hard time dealing with players with camps.
Everyone's got a camp.
Do you have a camp, Bear? Who's Bear's camp?
I mean, it used to be Walker until he made the comment about me being a feminine laborer.
That was him. I did not call you feminine at all. I just said,
it's like 2 minutes ago. Bear's already got it twisted.
Yeah, that's,
showed a little
quite
effort.
a mashup.
McClure, Beard.
You're just naming random coworkers.
No, McClure and Beard are in my
Beard
camp.
Sam Beard is in your camp.
Yeah,
I would
sometimes
say
Bob.
Is he aware of this? Because I don't think he would want to be drawn into this camp. Bob's in your camp. You're
sometimes
selective. Okay.
He shows up in the camp now and again.
Are you done yet?
No, we got one more. Right. And at number 4, the Miami Dolphins have fired coach Mike McDaniel, the team announced today. The move comes after McDaniel had met with reporters Monday and said he would be a part of team interviews to hire a new general manager. Dolphins owner Stephen Ross met with McDaniel Tuesday to discuss the season, and after that meeting and reflection, Ross decided to move on.
Oh.
Which, of course, only comes 48 hours after Harbaugh left?
Yeah, what was it? The popular speculation was that Miami was going to trade for Lamar Jackson, who would like to play with McDaniel, and that was thought to be a quarterback offensive mind match made in heaven.
Yeah, I remember there was some of that. And now the thing is, there's some connection between Harbaugh and Ross, the owner.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
So that
I wonder
seems
if,
like
wonder
that
if
direction.
Lamar would want to get reunited with Harbaugh down in Miami.
Wasn't it Harbaugh on the outs with people? Like, I can't
keep up with all the NFL drama.
No, they weren't on the outs. It was more of a message got stale type of situation.
Well, if it got stale, why would he want to?
Because they're in South Beach, baby.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
Baltimore's not going to trade
Everything's better
Lamar
down
Jackson.
there.
But no, Harbaugh.
Moving to Miami from Baltimore would be the very definition of upgrade. from a weather perspective.
You ever lived down there?
What's up?
You ever lived down there?
You asking me?
No, the guy behind you I'm looking at. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
no, I
asking
didn't know if you were asking Russ or.
Well, I'm staring straight at you, Bob.
I'm having trouble seeing.
I forgot you guys.
Miami?
couldn't see us.
Miami? No, I haven't lived in Miami.
But man, yeah, from Baltimore, one of the most crime-ridden cities on the planet.
Really got a bad rap from The Wire, I think.
Yeah, it's not really just a TV show. I think that was.
Baltimore's tough.
I mean, does Miami have a much better rap?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Thank
I don't
you.
think they average 2 homicides or 1 homicide a day.
Thank you, Walker Smith. That is the Top 4 at 4. It's brought to you by Smoky Mountain Brewery. Come out, see us, not only the drive, but the playbook with William Patterson going to be broadcasting there on Tuesday. A special 5-hour encore broadcast of Fan Run Radio starting at 1 p.m., ending at 6 Tuesday at the Smoky Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. Come on out and join us. We'll be still talking about the portal, I'm sure. I'm sure there will be a few twists and turns between now and then, and we'll have a lot more information to go off of. And we'll be getting ready for Tennessee basketball, the 7 p.m. tip against Texas A&M that Tuesday night. Big game for the Vols at home. You can come watch it at Smoky Mountain Brewery, the place to be this year on game day, wall-to-wall, big screens. It's the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. Ice-cold craft beer brewed on site right there at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Juicy burgers, great wings, and those world-famous, delicious, handmade pizzas. Locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg. As well, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Come out and see us on Tuesday at the SMB in Turkey Creek. Greg Polinsky coming up. We'll get his thoughts on Tennessee basketball as we take the Texas tour. We got the Longhorns this week, Aggies next week, sandwiched around a big one. I keep calling it opportunity. It's not every day you get an opportunity to beat the defending national champions in their building.
The Gators.
It feels like a game that could quiet a lot of doubters if we go down there and was able to come out with a win.
At Vanderbilt last night, Bob, you are buying in to the Vandy hype machine right now. You said in our text, I believe, they are for real?
Legit
was the word, yes.
Too legit to quit.
Yeah, I mean,
what's their best win last night?
Definitely last night.
Sure.
Yeah. I watched a fair amount of that game. I thought they looked good. You saw some of bad Alabama last night. They were 9 of 40 from 3-point range. But
did you see Oates ripping Philon, or not ripping him, but questioning, I guess, the toughness a little bit there? He had full body cramps. Played about 21 minutes in the game.
Yeah,
full body cramps.
Full body cramps. Did see at the end, like he kind of looked at him. He's like, "You want to play basketball? Like, son, you want to help us out here? Kind of a close game." And like he was just kind of moping around on the bench. I think he did go back in.
I was about to say, I thought he had a lot of clutch shots towards the end of that game. If
Man,
I remember watching the highlights.
I turned it off once when Vanderbilt, I can't remember how much they got up by, and then I saw your all's text about it, and I turned it back on. They closed it down.
They did have a chance. They had a bucket and a steal, and Aiden Holloway took a corner three that would have made it a one-possession game, but couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah. And that's a wacky gym. That's a hard place to go play.
Well, I mean, you got to play defense.
I hate that gym.
It's like that's half the I just look at that Alabama team, and outside of Philon, they're first of all, there's a lot of freshmen. They're a young team, and they don't have the big, rough, physical enforcers that they I feel like Oates has always had at least one of those guys, and I just wonder if we're going to be able to bully them. I would hope that's going to be our game plan whenever we come across them. Missouri goes to Rupp and wins last night. Kentucky blowing, what was it, an 8-point lead with about 4 minutes to go at home.
Yeah.
Mark Mitchell.
He was good for them last night. But, yeah, I went back and watched the highlights last night on Twitter. Did not get to see the entire game, but I understand the Boo Birds were out a little bit.
Oh, man. And I listened a little bit of KSR's post-game stuff, and they are
apoplectic.
They are beside themselves. But I mean, it's early, right, in the conference play, but we're in the upside down, man, because Mississippi State, Missouri, and Texas A&M are all undefeated in conference play. Meanwhile, Auburn and Kentucky are at the bottom at 0-2 each.
Well, I saw Tom Hart, who did the game last night, had a tweet where he basically said, look, that game wasn't blown by Kentucky in the last 8 minutes. That game was won by Dennis Gates when he put together that roster, and which, a hell of a shot at Mark Pope, because, they spent, $20+ million?
Yeah,
on their roster. And I had a chance I was sat right behind the Missouri bench last year when they played here, and I got to say, I like Gates guy. Their whole vibe, their culture, if you will, it's different. It's different from ours, obviously, but it's good. They come out there the most positive group. It's their totally different vibe with that program, and they're not at all intimidated to come into your house and beat you.
No, that's what I was saying to Bear earlier. One thing you can count on with them, they're together all the time.
Yeah.
Like Kentucky's last shot last night was absolutely a joke. And in the postgame, some of the Kentucky players were they were kind of insinuating that wasn't the play call. So the shot that went up was hit the backboard, and that was it. And so my point is, as I said to Bear, you would never see Missouri do that. They're just, and that's a testimony to Dennis Gates, man. He does a good job. They're not easy.
Florida and Kentucky now to start the season. Maybe Mizzou
well coached.
Going to have something to say about it in the SEC this year. All right, hold your calls. Coming up, Greg Polinsky, Tennessee basketball assistant, going to join us here. We'll get his thoughts on the win against Texas the other night and what it takes for the Volunteers to take their show on the road against the defending national champion Florida Gators Saturday afternoon. Stay with us. It's Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Dick's House of Sport at West Town Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fan Run sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lodgen, one of the hygienists here at Knoxville Smiles. If your children are having sleep or behavioral issues, we have things we can do in modern dentistry that can help not just with their dental health, but also their overall health. Early intervention is the key for younger patients and can avoid costly procedures later in life. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call here at the office and schedule an appointment. 865-539-1776. or just book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at knoxvilleinsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
I like how our team turns dialing the phone into a two-man operation. It's like you look through the window, Walker's holding the handset, Bear's dialing. Do you guys need some more help? Can we get a third guy in there? Maybe somebody to...
No, we're just hold your horses, okay?
You're managing?
Yes. It's kind of hard to talk to Coach while, getting you guys back in.
Well, that's what I was saying. You could be the dialer. Walker could hold the phone, and then we could get a third person to come and actually talk on it.
No, I think we're all right here. We have Coach.
Greg Polinsky joining us this afternoon on the program. Coach, it's Russell LeBob. How you doing?
Great, guys. Just hear balls bouncing. We're just getting done with practice, doing a little extra work with the fellas. Great day. Great day.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we haven't talked to you in a few weeks. Hope you enjoyed the holidays with the family.
Yeah, it was great. Hope you guys did, and everybody listening as well.
Well, we enjoyed the holidays. Enjoyed Tuesday night as well. Always good to hook the horns when they come in here. And I tell you what, this league is shaping up to be a monster once again. What did you guys learn about the squad Tuesday night against Texas?
I thought, especially the beginning of the game, first 7-8 minutes, we were terrific following the scouting plan. Amaro, Coach Morgan did a really good job preparing us and, knowing personnel and where we had to be and plugging the gaps, getting to our white line, really active hands. I think you saw us get a number of steals going to dig off the post. We knew the big fella was a really good scorer, and he's number one in the country in drawing fouls. So we wanted to make sure that when he put it on the floor, we had a presence. And then we were lucky, that we got 3 fouls, I believe, on him in the first half. And, that took away one weapon and allowed us to kind of dig in a little bit more on the other guys.
Coach, the other guy that surprised me on the Texas side, that he didn't get a lot of minutes and it made sense, but I want to believe some of it was the way you guys brought defense in the pressure there too, was Dalen Swain. I mean, that guy had a monster game last weekend against Mississippi State. Texas's leading scorer, but he was neutralized, man. He had 7 turnovers, which I think for Sean Miller, he was saying that just made it tough for us to play him.
Well, we've had some success at times. I mean, I can remember Rylan Griffin, I think it was, with Alabama, that good player that ended up coming here, and we sped the game up a little bit for him, and I think he had 5 or 6 turnovers, and as you said, Swain had 7, and I think Ryland's a good player. But there's just sometimes if you can get guys out of their comfort zone, that you can create some of those turnovers. And as we'd say, in some cases, self-inflicted wounds, because he was coming off a 34-point game, and all the guys did the job on him. And we're proud of that effort.
Yeah, I mean, between him and the big, they only combined for about 10 points roughly, I think, which that's a big win for you guys.
And Pope, they're 3 leading scorers. So
yeah,
and Mark's probably in that group too, I should say, those 4. But he had a nice game. But if you could take away a couple of guys, cut their numbers down, it gives you a heck of an opportunity to win.
Talking with Greg Polinsky this afternoon here on the program. He's at Tennessee basketball practice as the Vols get ready to head to Florida, and talk about that game here in just a minute. But Coach Bob and I were at the game Tuesday, and boy, seeing Jacoby Gillespie get more and more acclimated to his new surroundings. I know it's probably not reasonable to expect him to drop 34 every night, but do you guys see him settling in a little bit more here as we begin conference play?
Yeah, I think so. I think, we know with Florida that they are obviously an excellent team, really well coached. They're going to play personnel. That's something that they do, and they do it really well. So we expect them to make it really hard on him to get catches. Every team's going to do it different. But I would expect that this game particularly, those guys to really do a good job of trying to down him, front him, make themselves one, meaning, really be up on him and deny him the basketball. So he'll have to use, all the tools in the kit. We'll have to do a good job of moving, screening, putting him in locations to get ready, and then other guys have to do the job as well.
I recall the last time we talked before the holidays, we spent a minute or two talking about Amari Evans, and things have only feels like blossomed from there. I mean, he was one of a couple bright spots in that game at Fayetteville on Saturday. 16 points, 7 of 7 shooting. And while he didn't provide as many points against Texas, I'm looking at his line, 23 minutes, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. Kind of reminiscent of maybe I don't want to do a direct comparison, but kind of a guy that mattered to this team a lot in the last couple of years that we've talked about before in Jemai Meshack. You guys have to be happy with the way Amari's seasoned the moment.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to compare. I'd love to be compared to Jemai Meshack. All that guy did was win.
Yeah.
He was the best defender in the country along with Z. So, I think Amari knows that, and he embraces it. I think it's something he likes here, and he's his own man. He's a little bit bigger, and he's a little different, but stylistically, or the way that he's got to help our team impact winning is very similar to Jemai Meshack. Very similar.
Bob, you're taking all my questions. I wanted to ask about Evans. He's fantastic, but the entire freshman class, Coach, it looks like obviously Nate Ament is a force. But Dwayne Brown, Troy Henderson getting the minutes, and then Evans, that looks like a group that you guys can really build around for the future in the years to come.
Well, in this day and age, what I'd say is I would be heartbroken if any of those kids left, because not only are they really got a chance to be real foundation pieces here in this program, they're also, all 3 guys you mentioned are also outstanding people. Those kind of guys that have character to lead to winning, we know that. And you're right. For us, stars and rankings and ratings and all, we could care less. We recruit to the personality of this program, to the physical attributes of this program, and we're really pleased at this point with the progress. But we know that freshman wall generally comes in January, and hopefully these guys are going to push right through it.
Hey, Coach, I got to ask a question here that Russ and I, we were at the game, like he said, the other night, and you obviously know Coach Barnes better than I, but when Jalen Carey made that pass behind the back in the key,
no comment.
Well, I was just going to – I'll tell you what I was shocked about was I looked at Russell. I was like, Carey's probably going to be finding a seat pretty quickly, but he didn't. That's what surprised me.
Well, gentlemen, I think it was made clear to him.
Might have come up.
That was not the pass that we'll be throwing, that we don't really work on that. And listen, Jalen is a really, as you guys know, we are very fortunate to have, I think, 2 exceptional passers in Jalen and Dwayne. And JP is pretty solid. Fee is obviously much better rolling to the rim. We want to maximize that vertical lift and pop that he's got because he's a problem when he does that. But, yeah, I think, let me say this, as I always used to say in my scouting reports in my other life, great vision, poor execution.
Coach, you mean to tell us Rick Barnes doesn't have a behind-the-back passing drill that you guys run every day in practice?
No, he does not.
No.
We haven't put that in, but if you guys want to come and suggest it, come on.
All right, we'll put together some film for you. Talking with Greg Politsky this afternoon on the show. Coach, another guy young guy that's blossoming, Bishop Boswell, obviously a key part of what you guys do. And again, I would never presume to tell you guys how to run the program, but 67% from three-point range, Coach. I mean, maybe a few more shots for Bishop.
Well, I think, yeah, you know what? I don't think Coach Barnes has any issue with that. Bishop's just gotten to where he really understands the game. He understands time and place. So he is judicious with his threes, obviously. He can make them. He's a good shooter. But he also knows that we've got other guys on this team at times that he wants to get going. And whether it be getting the ball inside, or it might be Nate, or it might be Jacoby, it might be Troy. Like, Bishop's got a really good IQ, and when he plays, makes the game simple, he's a really good player, man. And I'm really glad he's with us. I'm a big Bishop Boswell fan. He does things that just win, running in and grabbing rebounds, guarding the other team's best player. He just, in his own way, makes, impactful, game-winning, momentum-changing plays. And another guy I think that, we view as a foundation for this program going forward.
Looking ahead to Florida this weekend, obviously big game. Florida has 5 losses, but I've mentioned on our show in the past, I mean, those 5 losses have come by, I think, a total of 17 points. I mean, and against some really, really high-level teams. It feels to me, again, kind of a novice perspective, but it feels to me like this is kind of forces colliding, right? Both teams have really strong front lines. Both teams not as strong as they'd probably like on the perimeter, although Jacoby the other night was electric. So 2 inside-out teams, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And I mean, I'm just trying to get your take on that in terms of what do you see? Do we feel that Florida just simply missing all that guard play from last year, and that's the difference? And what do you think is an opportunity you guys can seize in Gainesville?
Well, yeah, I mean, how do you possibly replace the 18th pick in the draft, I believe?
Yep.
Will Richard, who I loved and I thought was a steal by Golden State, and Elijah Martin, who was also drafted. I mean, they had great experience. So at least 5 or 4-year players, 3 pros, and a front line. They returned every one of them. 1 transferred, but they have 4 guys that come back, and they're playing Hawk at, it looks like Haw, but that's how they pronounce it, or something close to that.
Yeah.
Who I think is an absolute first-round pick. I think that guy is ascending. I think he is terrific. They moved him from a power forward to a small forward. He has flourished. So, and they also can still play him at the 4. So what you said, if you look at our analytical stats, they almost mirror each other. So I think it'll be a will of front lines. I think they are elite. I think we're going to have to bring our A game. Obviously, we're playing on their court. I would love for that game to be here in Knoxville with our fans. But we're excited about going down there. And, it's a noon tip-off. I think it's going to be a great challenge for us. We know what we're getting into. What you said, listen, they have a chance to win at Duke. They have the last possession or, I think they had a turnover. Arizona, I have the opportunity to win that game. Arizona is obviously the number 1 team in the country. TCU, good team. UConn, got a chance to win it. I mean, they're really, really good. Is their guard play strong? Of course not. How could it be with 3 guys that were drafted and 2 that are playing minutes? So we realize, I mean, just like us, we lost strong guard play from last year. And our frontline guys got to do it. But what I would say is there will be an unexpected player in this game that's going to play at a high level on one of the 2 teams, and that might make the difference.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned it's a noon tip on the road. Do you like that, getting up out of the hotel and going playing the game first thing, or would you prefer a little bit later start and more time to prepare?
No, we love it. I think Florida loves it. I think most teams do, Afternoon games are great other than, the only good thing about our game the other night was it was at home in front of these incredible fans, 17,000 that showed up at 9 o'clock at night. So I'm always amazed when I look around here. Because, hey, I got to admit, I might have stayed home and watched TV. So, but to the fans' credit, I mean, they're just incredible here. And so we go down there. We know it'll be a packed house. We know that we are respected, and we have great respect for them. So we're going to have to bring it in order to compete on the road in that game, and we're going to have to do it for a full 40 minutes with these guys.
Okay, got to ask, probably a silly question. Did you get to catch either live or delayed Vanderbilt, Alabama last night?
I did. I'll be honest. I watched that and I flipped between. I did my Florida stuff for a while, and then I flipped. That was kind of my treat to be done with what I needed to for the day and put on Alabama Vandy. I watched a lot of that, and I also watched some of Arkansas at Ole Miss. But much more of Vandy and Alabama, and I thought it was a shame LeBaron went out of the game. They were right there. He's obviously an incredible player and a key cog to what they do. But Vandy is for real. They're really good. The league is still really good. It's the number 1 ranked league in the country in KenPom. So SEC fans enjoy it.
Yeah, the Tanner kid, I mean, he showed us some stuff last season, obviously, but didn't play as much. My goodness, man, what a difference a year makes. He feels like he's elite.
Isn't it great though to see levels of improvement with certain players to put the time in? That obviously Coach Byington is Mark's a great coach. He's running things that fit their guys. They've brought in some people that have helped. I'm just could not admire and respect more what's going on there at Vandy. And, we have the fortune of playing them twice. And I don't mean that in a sarcastic way.
Yeah.
I think it gives us an opportunity to get a great win, just like hopefully they'll view that about us.
Okay, one more question with your, former NBA exec hat on. What you saw in Fayetteville on Saturday with Darius Acuff, is that guy ready?
Wow.
Yeah. But that's not like there's a lot of guys doing what I used to do that'll make that decision. But I think that the polish that he plays with and Cal is incredibly good with. He's had so many of those guys that he really understands how to help them flourish. I think we do too. But we're speaking of him. I think he's having an incredible year. You look at his numbers. You look at his impact on winning. I don't think there's a player in our league that's having a better year. He's got to be right up there for player of the year in our league. But listen, when and if he goes out, the only thing that he can't overcome, it's just like Jacoby and I talk about, is the fact that he's probably, he's not big for an NBA guard. So those guys have to be not only terrific on offense, they got to be where you walk into the office and you say the guy's better on defense than he is on offense. Then you got a shot as a smaller guard for what the NBA requires.
Hey, Greg, we really appreciate the time. As always, good luck in Gainesville Saturday against the Gators.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys. I know you'll have it tuned in, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
See you, fellas.
That's Greg Polinsky, Tennessee assistant basketball coach over there as Tennessee gets ready. Sounds like he's on the scout for this weekend. And a big chance for Tennessee to notch a quality, and maybe not up there with Houston, but pretty darn close. Be our second best win of the year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, given where Louisville's kind of headed right now. I mean, Louisville's still good, but yeah, I'd put Florida ahead of that if we can beat them.
They're going to have plenty of opportunities, especially this month. I mean, this schedule's brutal to start off. It does ease up a little bit in February, But not much. And
Well,
you heard him say Kim Pom, #1 league in the country so far.
Yeah, and the one thing we failed to mention with Florida, you're talking about, we always talk about Tennessee's strength being rebounding and offensive rebounding. Florida is right there with them. They're that good.
Well, they play big. We play big. So it's going to be a big game. Kind of maybe shaping up to be a little bit lower scoring than we've seen some of these games turn out to be so far.
I hope so. I still have nightmares from that visit to Gainesville last year. Remember, they just absolutely punked us down there.
I've kind of blocked that out.
So yeah, let's hope so. And next week, we're at home next week for 2 games, A&M and then Kentucky. Yeah. And I know Kentucky's struggling, but we kind of have the history of when they come
the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We bring out the best in them, though.
We thought we were going to handle them, and it did not work out that way. All right. Lots to get to. The portal is popping. We've got basketball going on. A lot to talk about. If you want to chime in, go ahead and take your shot. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to call or text the show today. 966-3435. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive. Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
What if I told you you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less, simply by changing how your mortgage is structured? Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Fan Run Radio. Drive continues. I really like talking to Greg Polinsky. Gave credit for the Scout Tuesday night to Amaro Morgan on the show and talked at length about Florida this weekend and the guys that they're missing, but the guys that they're replacing them with. Talked a lot about Thomas Houck, and that's going to be a night matchup nightmare for us, as it is for everybody, I think, because, I mean, if he's playing the 3, your natural inclination is to put Ament on him. It's a big ask for a true freshman.
Sure is. And he has made an amazing transition this year from the 4 to the 3, because now he's developed a legitimate, consistent 3-point shot.
He's the player that Ament could be if he stayed another year.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and he's a little more stout than Nate. You know what I mean? He's 6'10", but he's put on a little bit of weight, just enough to be able to be physical, but now he can take the game outside. I agree with you.
All right, lines available if you want to hop on, 865-966-3435, your phone number to get on the show here today, 966-3435. Talk about the portal. If you've got thoughts on anything Greg Polinsky had to say, or if you've got thoughts on college football. We have 3 games left. One of them is tonight, Ole Miss and Miami. Now, both these semifinal games, 3.5-point betting lines. Miami the favorite tonight. Of course, Indiana the favorite tomorrow. You guys think these are going to be close games? Or do we see a blowout?
I cannot get a feel for tonight. Wouldn't surprise me if tomorrow's a blowout. Although that was a close game the first time they played.
Yeah, I mean, they say it's hard to beat an opponent twice. And you got to give Landanning his respect. He's a fine coach, but it just feels like giving Signetti a redo on a neutral field where he went to your place earlier this season and won.
Yeah, and they look very – it's like I said yesterday, they're very Alabama-esque, just the machine-like way that – I mean, they're legit for sure. I think tonight's game, I don't know, man. That both – the Miami defense is, is really good, and the Ole Miss offense is really good as well.
Well, I feel like – I said even before the playoffs started, when all the Kiffin drama about him leaving was going down, that I'm going to be rooting for those Ole Miss kids, and they're fun to watch. And I was certainly rooting for them against Georgia. And I'll probably be rooting for them tonight a little bit. I'd like to see them win, if nothing else, just to shove it in Lane Kiffin's face. That being said, I don't want to see Ole Miss win a national championship, man. That would be – and that – Russell, are you jelly? Are you being a little – yes, I'm jealous. I don't want to see freaking Ole Miss in their 50,000-seat stadium winning a national championship while we're struggling to get guys in the portal. No part of me wants to see that.
I mean, out of the 4 that are left, Miami would probably sting the least. I've enjoyed watching them being back, doing the old school Miami stuff they used to do when they're good.
Michael Irvin on the field tonight will be entertainment. I already saw a video of him at some pep rally or something they're having out there, and he's already on 11.
Yeah, and they feel like, people, you can tell which people can remember the old days and which can't. So this is not a big surprise that Michael Irvin was whipping the whatever that was, wearing the Ohio State shirt last week on the sideline.
Oh, that's his the belt to ass thing. That's his deal now. He'll be doing that tonight if they win for sure.
Who'd you rather have, T-shirt guy or Michael Irvin?
T-shirt guy.
Sterl.
Well, Michael Irvin's an NFL Hall of Famer. I mean, these are not the same thing.
No,
and that's no offense to Sterl, but it's Michael Irvin as the playmaker.
Sterl's a DJ. Did you another guy we were looking at, Lyric Rawls?
Yeah, I just saw somebody in the text box says he's committed to Arizona State.
Yeah.
Do you think that we like somebody else? Maybe the DeJuan Jones is, I believe the kid's name from Penn State's on campus right now.
Maybe.
You just, I mean,
very non-committal.
Can we talk Bob up a little bit? I feel like I'm doing all the heavy lifting, boys. I mean, my guy's drowning in the sea of despair over here.
Oh, I see. There's all sorts of rationales, and it may be right. I don't know. It's maybe we're the ones that have got it all wrong, and there's a whole strategy behind all of this, and we're we're passing on these guys because the guy we really want is coming in, and I get it. I get it.
That seems to be what happened yesterday with the corners.
Sure.
We've got a safety from Penn State. I mean, I know you don't just judge a player on where he went to school, but in this case, having played for Knowles already, you have a more direct evaluation there.
Yeah. I think maybe I'd feel different if we had more than 3. That's really my issue is, again, I'm not expecting us to have 15.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience.
Okay.
Bear is telling you to be patient, Bob. That's usually a sign.
Yeah, okay.
That maybe you're...
Be a little patient. We'll let this thing play out a little bit.
Axl Rose once said, all you need is just a little patience.
That's
Poet,
true.
philosopher of our time.
I've been wrong. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yes, I remember.
So you got Lyric Rawls off the board. I do feel like we're missing out on an opportunity to, I mean, you sang a lyric right there in honor of Lyric.
That's okay.
Would have been fun.
DeJuan Lane would give us 3 secondary transfers.
Yeah.
To go with Quay Moss out of Kansas State, Kayan Lee yesterday. So you would have a true corner, a true nickelback, and a true safety to go along with the returning Idris Farouk, who I know some of our fans would like to see Tennessee recruit over, and, of course, Ty Redmond, who was all freshman SEC this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then. Amari Campbell, linebacker, Penn State, also scheduled to visit, and we're waiting on the Xavier Gilliam, the whole Penn State crew.
So by the end of the weekend, that's what I'm saying. I mean, let's just give it till the end of the weekend, and we'll see if we need to panic yet, Bob.
The end of the weekend is when you're going to press the panic button. The
Maybe not
portal is
panic.
open until we've got weeks here, guys. I'm telling you, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Some of y'all might not be cut out for this.
Bob.
Just saying.
I am. We'll get mad when it's time to get mad, Bob.
Okay, noted.
I'm just saying.
We're coming off an 8-5 season. That's all.
Well, just let it flow then. You're mad. You're mad now. I mean, let's.
Yeah, I'm not panicking. This whole thing about panic. There's a difference between panic and pissed. That's where
okay.
I'm on the other side of that.
You're irritated.
Yeah,
A little frustrated.
I think he's pissed was the word he used.
Yeah, that's all.
I mean, it just depends on the whole thing is going to depend on this quarterback situation. Like if we land a quarterback between now and end of the weekend, we could still only have 4 players, and everyone would be like, "Oh, this is so much better."
See,
I don't know.
but Bob and Bear are on the fence about Leavitt. I don't think they really want him. Like I think there's some people who are like feeling some kind of way about the portal right now. That if Sam Leavitt committed, if he announced that tonight, it's like, oh man, we got and he's the number 1 player in the portal on 247 or on 3, one of them. Like if he committed tonight, there's a lot of our fan base that would be, all sins are forgiven. We're back. And all on board the Heupel bandwagon and what's going on right now. But then there's your kind.
What do you mean, our kind?
You and Bob.
If we get Leavitt, I want to be clear. If we get Leavitt, I'm fine with it. I'm just saying, again, I just hope it's not at the expense of us missing out on other positions of need, basically. That's all.
I'm just saying I think I like our chances better if we invest a lot of that money in the defense and maybe go either get Joey back or something that's not going to cost us $5 million with a questionable injury.
You're either going to have one hell of an I told you so or
idiot of the century.
Or the freezing cold takes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a freezing cold take to be concerned about it. I mean, I've just got a lot of reservations.
Sometimes in life you got to gamble. Sometimes you're backed into a corner. You don't have any choice right now. Now, I see what you're saying is, hey, there's another Joey Aguilar out there right now. We just don't know his name. We didn't know Joey's name. There are guys like that you can find, whether it's at the Group of 4 level or even the FCS D2 level. Like there's guys out there, and I get that, but I mean, this is high risk, high reward. I mean, if this dude comes back and that foot heals and he's healthy, and you've got one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the game. I mean,
if we get
the most talented quarterback Heupel's ever had. You've seen this offense be one of the better offenses in all of college football a couple of times now in 5 seasons with different players. I mean, stick this guy in it and see what happens.
Well, and I think Shump said this a couple days ago. No, it was yesterday. And that is maybe Heupel's sinister plan here is, hey, man, we get Sam Leavitt and we have to go a little less on defense. We'll just outscore people, I mean, because
that, and he could also be looking at it as like, look, if I get the number one player in the portal and I come in here and we score a bunch of points next year, or even if he comes in here and he doesn't, he gets hurt again, or he's not able to get back, it's another Jamal McCoy situation, whatever, he can say, look, bad luck, I got to get a mulligan here, and then come back in 2027 with his second year in the Knowles defense, and then you're going to have to go with one of your – I mean, I assume that we're going to play one of the kids in 2027. I mean, that has to be the plan, right?
Yeah.
That would be crazy to pay both of those guys, and then neither of them play. You go to the portal again.
Yeah, I've got a feeling. I don't know. I think it's probably going to be Faison, Brandon.
You've got a feeling?
Yeah.
You closed your eyes and saw the scoreboard in your head again? And
no, I opened my eyes, and what little bit I saw of McIntyre, he just does not look physically like he's – I mean, unless that kid can gain some weight, he looks exactly like he did in high school. He doesn't look like he's put on 1 pound.
If I put together a list here during the break of skinny quarterbacks, how many successful skinny quarterbacks would I have to come up with for you to not worry about his size, how many cheeseburgers he's eating?
I mean, more than 4.
More than 4?
Yeah.
How long do you think it would take to gain the necessary amount of weight in this situation? Like how much time?
I have no idea. Probably a lot, but you're doing the thing you do.
Stay with us. Hour number 3 of The Drive coming up next on many of these fan-run affiliates. Back with more after this.
The Drive.
The voluntary reaction.
Can't get enough Tennessee basketball? Join Fan Run Radio as soon as every UT game is over for Big Orange Country's post-game radio free-for-all. The voluntary reaction. We'll be taking your calls on the Vols as soon as every game is over. So tune in and buckle up as we drink from the keg of glory all the way to the Final Four.
The voluntary reaction. Raw, unfiltered, real.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey, this is Bo Kregner with the Kregner Group at Realty Executives. You know, in sports, home field advantage matters, and it's the same in real estate. Our team knows every neighborhood, every play that gets you the win, whether you're buying your first home or selling for top dollar. Let's get you in the end zone. Call me today at 865-742-1035 or visit BoKnowsHouses.com. The Kregner Group, walking by faith, serving others.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair wants to make sure your vehicle is as ready as you are. The last thing you want to do is spend your time on the side of the road waiting on a tow truck. No. Schedule an appointment at Matlock Tire to have your vehicle checked out before you go. Tires and batteries, belts and hoses, fluids and filters, even the AC. Visit Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair in Lenoir City, Athens, Maryville, and Kingston Pike in West Knoxville. Schedule your appointment online at MatlockTireService.com. Matlock Tire, keeping you on the road since 1953.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Men all around Knoxville are celebrating the difference Men's Pro has made in their life. I'm Evan Bass, founder of the clinic. If you're struggling with ED, we want you to be able to celebrate as well. As men, we hate going to the doctor, but Men's Pro was designed to take care of men like you better. These things can get worse if untreated, but you're not alone. The medical support team at Men's Pro has your back. Today's the day to feel alive again. ED, performance issues, enhancement. We've effectively helped men jumpstart their performance comprehensively and with proven medication dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate team, and under guidance from our medical provider, you could leave with a plan that changes your life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Thursday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning into The Drive this afternoon as we begin our third and final hour, as always, with the Top 5 at 5, brought to you this afternoon by Smoky Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek. Walker Smith, what you got?
At number 1, Arizona State quarterback Sam Leavitt has extended his visit at Tennessee for an extra day. The superstar quarterback arrived late last night for a late visit and decided to extend the trip and leave tomorrow morning instead of this afternoon.
What do you seriously think that's about? Like, because do you think it's, I mean, it can't be anything but a good thing. Like, if he weren't serious, he would just go.
I would bet Tennessee asked him, hey, do you have time to stay tomorrow so we can do a medical and also negotiate?
That's what I would think, too.
That's what I would think, yeah.
I mean, the negotiation part makes sense, but it's like, hey, we want to get a foot specialist to do some x-rays and whatever.
Could very well be, yeah. We're talking about this money, but it's kind of like buying a house pending inspection.
Yeah,
like a home inspection.
That's what I said at the start of all this afternoon. It would be incredibly financially irresponsible to go and pay $4 million for something without getting it checked out.
Mm-hmm. At number 2, fall baseball is nearing the start of their preseason practice with the 2026 season just over 5 weeks away. And Perfect Game has released its preseason top 25 rankings with the season approaching. Tennessee baseball came in at number 3, with the Vols coming in only behind number 1 LSU and number 2 Georgia Tech.
That's pretty wild.
Put some respect on Nylander's name, Arthur.
I mean, what was crazy about that is we kept almost all of the players after that transition happened, outside of a couple roster cuts and whatever happened with Cyber. But, like, the core of those young guys stayed.
I do think it happened at a pretty good time for something like that to happen.
Yeah.
Where most schools are already, I mean, I'm sure that they would have made room for a place for a player like Henry Ford or Tegan Coons or something like that. But, yeah, I think that all those guys, particularly the guys that were on the team last year, had a level of comfort with Josh Elander and were wanting him to stay. So, I mean, I said it at the time. I think it's a big season. It's always a big season. You're ranked number 3. I think that Elander has to deliver a winning season, a successful season. I'm not saying that he has to go to Omaha necessarily, but I think you need to be hosting a regional and maybe a super, because if you take a step back, it can fall apart quickly. Like, that sport has always been, but especially now with the transfer portal, it's a year-to-year thing. So you're going to lose your best players to the draft, and then other guys might say, well, man, it's not working out without Tony Vitello. I'm going to go ahead and bolt. So you want to have a successful season right out of the gate so that you can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I'd say it's about proving that the Tennessee program, not just Tony Vitello, is now elite and will stay elite with whatever coach we have here.
What are they doing at Georgia Tech, by the way, to have the number 2 team in the country?
I don't know. When did we play them in the postseason? Was that was the
22, right?
The Bird game.
Yeah, Jordan Beck.
Well, they had that big plumber-looking guy who shut us down for about 8 innings before we got it going.
Yeah.
At number 3, the first semifinal of the college football playoff is tonight with Miami taking on Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN, and Miami is a 3-point favorite.
Why are they kicking that game off at 7:30, but that national championship game probably won't kick off until well after 8, I would imagine. I mean, they play the basketball national championship at like 9:30 tip.
I mean, it's a 4:30 tip, or a 4:30. No, it's 2:30. Arizona's
Bob,
on
you're the TV
Mountain
man.
Time right now.
What's going on here?
Don't know.
Game's kicking off at 5:30 local time, 7:30.
Yeah, it is a little weird that they're doing 7:30, but I guess maybe they are trying to allow. Well, no, what network are they on?
ESPN.
Yeah, so it's not even on ABC. I was going to say maybe to allow for the local news window to make sure they hit it by 11. Something that college basketball needs to be doing. These 2-hour windows in college basketball.
The games aren't 2 hours anymore.
No, it's ridiculous.
That Alabama
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Was like 3 hours long.
Exactly. Well, yeah, they shot like 85 free throws in that game combined.
I'm not complaining, though. 7:30, perfect.
No, I'm
Oh,
good
it's great
with
for
it.
me.
I'm very good with it.
Go get dinner and sit down and watch the game, be in bed by like 10 o'clock. Should be great. At number 4, Oklahoma is finalizing a deal to name former Tennessee great and Dallas Cowboys All-Pro Jason Witten as the program's next tight end coach. Witten will join Coach Brent Venable's staff after the Sooners parted ways with former tight ends coach Joe John Finley after 5 seasons earlier this month.
All right, hear me out. Hear me out.
Oh, here we go. Are we doing what I think you're about to do?
Hell yeah, we are.
Oh, my God.
What are we doing?
Guy hasn't even gotten his name stenciled on the window of his office. Bear's already grooming him to be Josh's replacement.
Yes. One of our own.
Why do you do this?
That's what I do.
You should never hire a former player anymore. I know. Fulmer and Majors, ancient history. Don't hire a former player, man. It doesn't work out well. You're going to want to fire him, and you're going to feel bad about it and all that stuff.
I'm trying to think, who was it that we had one this year that happened to?
Guy has literally never coached a game, Bob, and Bear's already measuring Heupel's office.
It's Jason freaking Witten, Russ.
You don't know that he's going to coach again. Like,
just because he was bad at TV doesn't mean he'd be bad at coaching.
You want T. Martin to be the head coach? He's got more coaching experience than Witten. He's available, too. Just got fired.
Just got fired.
Just got fired today. That was the B-side of the ZZ Top.
No, because I know you're right, but you definitely, I mean, you got to, doesn't it make you feel some kind of way knowing Jason Witten's going to be wearing Oklahoma colors?
Hey, man.
Got to start
what are you
somewhere.
Gonna do? Yeah.
Got to start somewhere.
Savvy hire by Brent Vegetables.
Duplicitous move by Oklahoma.
Duplicitous.
Yeah.
And at number 5, a Detroit suburb has agreed to a $3.25 million settlement with the family of a young woman who had been declared dead at home, but then gasped for air and opened her eyes when her body bag was unzipped at a funeral home.
Oh, my God.
Southfield paramedics were accused of gross negligence in how they responded to the scene after a 911 call. A medical crew tried to resuscitate her and also consult a doctor who declared her dead over the phone without going to the home.
Oh, you called Dr. Bear in on this one?
We wait just a damn minute. I wouldn't do that.
Later that
Doc's
day,
eating a
funeral
sandwich.
home opened the body bag and
she's
found
dead.
the victim gasping for air, and she was swiftly taken to a hospital but never recovered and died 2 months later.
That's terrible.
Where do you get this? This is like an Eli Roth movie script or something.
What
here.
was wrong with her?
That's disgusting.
I don't know exactly what was wrong with her, just that That's what happened.
We got a live one here.
Yep.
Which would be scarier, the person waking up in there?
Yes.
Or the morgue attendant? Seeing somebody just rise up off the table. Like
Every mortuary worker's worst nightmare.
Oh, it's horrifying.
Somebody sits up.
I mean, you have to quit after that, right? You're just like,
You get fired after that.
every time you. Well,
not
it wasn't
talking-
his
it
fault.
wasn't
Oh, you're
his
talking
fault.
about the mortuary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy
that's
unzips
tough.
the bag.
That's true. It's not his fault.
Hello there.
That's like saying when you order a
Hello there.
sandwich and find a hair in it, that's the guy's eating it. I mean, it's actually a really good analogy. Proud of myself on that one.
What a bizarre story. That's kind of
That's
out of left field
well,
from you.
The
I have
really
a fastball.
terrifying part is for anybody listening to this is right now you're thinking, man, like I hope. I mean, imagine like gasping for air and all of a sudden that bag unzips and you're like, where am I? Oh my God.
You're laying on
I'm in a body bag. They think I'm dead.
It's crazy. Very scary stuff.
That reminds me, we talked about it recently. It was The Vanishing. Ooh.
Well, they used to have, didn't they have for a while like a bell? Like they put a bell in the ground
Yeah.
so you could ring it in case you got buried alive.
Yeah. They had like cages over like way back when.
Imagine if they had buried that person.
They just put a zipper on the inside of the bag.
You know,
Two-way zipper.
statistically, that has to have happened.
That has to have happened. How many people do you think have woken up in their coffin and will just never
God.
know about it?
I don't even want to think about that.
Why did you do this? The drive took a dark turn here on Thursday.
And it's not any darker than Bob's outlook on the portal.
It's true.
Fair.
All right. I got something that can put us
Bob
back
has
on track.
woken up in
That
the
was
portal
it? You got one more?
mortuary.
No, that was
Yeah.
it. I
You
just
got
found
something that'll cheer us up?
Not cheer us up. I just found something else while we were doing it. Danny White's on Twitter again today.
Oh,
Well, bonus action.
shocker.
Just doing his thing.
He's got time, man. He's not recruiting in the portal. What's Danny got to do right now?
I mean,
Seriously, what's he got to do?
I don't know. I'm waiting for Bob. Bob's dancing around the edge of snapping and going on a rip job on somebody.
He's.
I'm here.
What's the
for it,
Creed
man.
lyric? He's 6 feet on the edge and sinking, or
Oh, we'd have to call Davey.
Thank you, Walker. That is the top 5 at 5, brought to you by Smoky Mountain Brewery in Turkey Creek, where we'll be broadcasting from live on Tuesday next week, getting you ready for Tennessee and Texas A&M at the arena. I want you to make plans to join us now, as we'll be broadcasting live from 1 until 6 p.m. The Playbook with William Pattison starting promptly at 1, and then we'll be doing our thing from 3 until 6. Hopefully, we'll be drinking from the keg of glory after a big win against Florida on Saturday in basketball, and we'll be sitting there counting our riches from the portal after we have about 3 or 4 commitments between now and then, and with a couple of more biggins on the hook.
Biggins.
Smoky Mountain Brewery, Turkey Creek, right next to Calhoun's. Come on out, have a cold Mountain Light, cold Cherokee Red, whatever your taste palette requires, we'll have it for you, along with the best pizzas in Knoxville. All kinds of good stuff for you next week out at Smoky Mountain Brewery. We'll go open lines the rest of the way here if you want to jump in. What do you think about it? Day 7 of the portal. Are we getting done what we need to get done? Or are you Bob is pissed.
Yes.
CG is not pressing the panic button. He's the parallel track to the panic street.
He had a tinge of melancholy, I felt like.
just a
about
tinge.
He's got
Just a
the
little
panic
bit.
button out of the drawer and ready to press, but he's not pressing it yet.
And Bob's not panicking. Bob's just.
He said he's pissed.
He's pissed.
Not fun to be around when you're pissed, Bob.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't think you are.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, what the hell are we going to do about it? That's why I stopped getting mad so much. Honest to God. I think there's nothing I can do to change it.
Well, we'll see. We've got, again,
This
maybe
Leavitt
there's
thing.
some master plan that we're not aware of, and that's great. If that's the case,
Just hope it's not pushing all our chips in on a guy that had Lens Franck surgery 2 months ago. We're going to pay $5. So basically, we'll have what tied up in our quarterback room? Almost $9 million.
Well, here the reports. Not to go full Dr. Bear on you here, but the reports that I saw are say it could take up to 6 months to recover from that surgery. Now, Cam Newton had that surgery late in his career, and I think he came back and played, but it was late in his career, right? He wasn't the same guy.
He wasn't 24-year-old.
Yeah, how old is Leavitt? He's like 20 or 21, right?
Yeah.
You recover from things, your body is still growing at that point. Like you just recover from things differently.
I got you.
So
21.
Anyway, up to 6 months to recover, according to the reports that we've seen. He had the surgery like it was early November. So November, December, January, February, March, April. Probably not participating in spring practice, but
learning the system.
If you go on the conservative side and say the full 6 months, he's through April, that still gives him 3 months to get his conditioning up before the season. Now, if he's going through some sort of, medical procedure or evaluation today, and it's like, oh man, this is worse than we thought or something, then that's different. But to me, if a doctor says, hey, this guy's pretty messed up right now. He had major foot surgery 2 months ago, but given his age and everything else, he'll be ready to go in the spring. To me, I go ahead and do it. If the price is right, if he's not asking for
if he's ready
your
to go
entire
in
budget.
The spring?
Yeah, if he's ready after the spring.
Okay.
He's ready to go. I'm assuming he's going to miss spring practice. But if you can tell me with some degree of certainty that he's likely to be 100% by the summer and he can go through conditioning work, at that point, you're basically doing the same thing that Joey did with the benefit. Like, you're going to be here spring practice. You might not be able to go out there and play in the orange and white game and all that stuff, but you can sit in on the meetings. You can start getting the mental reps, Butch Jones.
It's critical.
You could start acclimating yourself to the program earlier than Joey did.
Yep.
And then you'll be able to go out there and compete for the job.
The counterpoint to that is, what if now we're into June or July and we found out that, everything's healed up, but you've lost about a half a step, which in this league, this conference level we play at, half a step's everything.
Yeah.
It's the difference between great and average.
That's why it's a bit of a gamble.
Does that make you feel any better, Bob, about it, or change it all? Because I feel like me and you are pretty close on the Leavitt thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love it, honestly, but I mean, like we said, we know the guy's talented. I get all that. I do. And I had a different point of view on this when it was the Ty Simpson conversation, whether that was real or not at the beginning of the week. I was one of the first people saying, you got to go with a quarterback. That's critical, I mean, but there's a difference here. Just all the bank shots that Russ just talked about, okay? All the bank shots that need to happen, where we're like, and we're talking ourselves into, and that could be all right, right? It could be fine. That's all. I'm just saying, if they get him, I'll support.
Completely healed and ready.
Yeah, I'll support it. I have never ever underestimated the importance of having a quarterback in this system and getting somebody that's really good, and getting somebody that's presumably in a perfect world better than Joey. Okay, Sam Leavitt would foot that bill. Just got to make sure he fully heals. That's all.
Well, Leavitt scheduled to leave tomorrow morning. Tennessee has a chance to spend all day with him. They spent a good chunk of yesterday with him, too. He got here like 3:30 yesterday, all day today. And I guess they can meet up for breakfast over at Scrambled Jake's or something like that tomorrow morning before you send him off. Rumors that Miami might be trying to get a visit after us. That would obviously be a bad thing. I think if you want Leavitt, this is ultimately up to Josh Heupel, right? He's the one that's got to decide. He's got to talk to the doctors, and
right.
He's the one that decides this. But if he ends up going to Miami, that would not be good. If he's the guy you want to get that done, I would imagine tonight before he leaves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't want to let him. I mean, if you really want him, and you've made the decision that you're going to go ahead and pull the trigger on it, you can't let him leave town, Bob, right?
What's home for him in the offseason? Is it Oregon?
Good question.
Oregon,
I would imagine.
So I'm sitting there thinking, if Miami's got the approach of, hey, man, we want to talk to you, but we got some business to tend to tonight. Can we meet tomorrow? Can we meet Saturday?
Yeah, but if I'm Tennessee,
even if he's done here, he might just be staying here. I don't know.
If I'm Tennessee, like either you sign now or
I agree.
Or this deal's done.
I agree.
It's off the table once you leave.
Playing hardball with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we can. You know why?
We
He's
can.
coming out of that lens front. See, we've got some leverage with him. Because if he doesn't sign here, that will have been Kentucky of all people, and LSU, and now Tennessee.
Well, keep in mind, he's still waiting on Oregon and what Dante Moore. That might be his grand plan all along. It's like Dante Moore goes pro. Well, I'm going to be a Duck, and that could happen. Now you've got Miami. I mean, he's the number one player in the portal. I don't
like,
think
you
he's
even
gonna
think
be,
he would have been in town if his foot's not hurt? You think we would have even
It's a
gotten
good question.
sniff
Like
with him?
if he had played out if he had finished the season at Arizona State.
It's a good question. I mean, I really don't know. There was always a scare that even after last year, Sam was going to leave.
There was some chat.
Just because Arizona State doesn't have the money that SEC and Big Ten schools and all those guys do. But he ended up staying, and he was on track to have a pretty similar, really good year before getting hurt. And then after he got hurt halfway through the year is when you started to hear about him starting to want to go to the portal and all the stuff that went on.
Who is your all's $1 billion booster? You guys got one?
No. We don't have one.
You got Jake the Snake, but he's just growing shrooms.
Jake Plummer.
Jake Plummer is around Arizona a lot. I saw him a couple times.
The
while I was out
weed
there.
king of Arizona. He's like their Abe Froman.
First time I met him, I actually met him once doing at like our memorial union, or we called it the MU. It's like our student union. He was like had a little table set up, like promoting his mushroom business, just in the middle of our student union that I met him there.
Was he basted?
I'm not a grass expert.
Was he baked?
It's just Jake Plummer. He just always looks chill.
I was banging
It's just
7 gram
what he
rocks.
does.
Like his pupils blown? I don't
No, I didn't see that.
Stay with us. The drive continues. Your phone calls coming up next. It's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio. Knoxville.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
What if I told you you could pay off your home in an average of 7 years without making more money or spending a dime less, simply by changing how your mortgage is structured? Sounds impossible? Let me show you how it works. I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, helping families across the U.S. save thousands in interest and own their home years sooner. Don't believe me? Give me a call at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com to learn more. NMLS number 332941.
Bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury. These are just some of the curveballs life can throw at you. Fortunately, East Tennessee has someone to help you work through these problems and recover. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. If you're in need of legal advice, call today to set up a free, no-obligation consultation. 865-801-9250. As always, the phone call is free, the advice is free, so what do you have to lose? Call 865-801-9250 or go online to jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens. Legal expertise you can rely on.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134 for directions and to look at the rest of the menu. Visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Back here on the drive, Fan Run Radio. Texter says the hump at State is named after George Duke Humphrey, Walker's grandmother's great uncle.
Do what now?
What?
That's what a text says. I mean, I think this is from somebody in the family.
It might be my mom. Yeah, my mom's side has Mississippi State connections.
Did you know that George Duke Humphrey?
Give me the relation.
I don't
Let's
even
see
know
if
what
we
this
really,
is.
It sounds awfully convoluted to me.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Walker's grandfather's what?
Hold on. The hump at Mississippi State is named after George Duke Humphrey, Walker's grandmother's great uncle. This is so wild. We had Hucker Tarlin was Joe Johnson's grandson.
Yeah, it's like,
and now we've got the grandmother, great uncle, whatever of George Duke Humphrey.
It's like his great uncle.
It's like
five times.
Is that George Duke who played keyboards for Zappa?
I thought he was
gotta be.
Randolph and Mortimer, related to those Dukes.
I'll have to ask her about that later.
Texture says, we don't have weeks, Russ. It closes a week from tomorrow. We have swung and missed on several. By the time we start landing players, they're going to be backup plans, which doesn't improve us as a team for our current state. That's the entire point. Oh, my God, we're going to panic.
How many guys, I'd love to see the number of how many players have signed with their new school versus how many players are still in the portal.
The portal closes.
You can't
in a week.
The entrance closes.
You can't get into the portal after it. You can still sign. Guys don't have to decide where they're going in a week. What's funny about this is like people don't understand how this stuff works, including us. I mean, we're all making this stuff up as we go along. They're going to change this stuff because this is chaos right now.
I kind of like it, to say the truth.
Oh, it's I mean, it's fun for what we do.
I wouldn't be surprised if they move this thing to the spring next year just because.
Matt says, guys, we could talk about the scenarios all we want, but the fact of the matter is Heupel is getting worked in the portal.
I mean, is DeBoer getting worked? Do you have to read that list of what the schools, how many they had leave and how many came in? Is Kirby getting worked?
It's a good point.
I mean, is everybody getting worked? I mean, there's a couple of schools, notably the best team in the country who's made a lot of hay. And, you know, that guy, while nobody was looking, built the best football program in the country. And then TCU, who's got what appears to be the deepest pockets. They aren't going to get outbid.
Texas Tech, you mean?
Yeah. Sorry. Texas Tech.
Texter says, how many people have woke up during the cremation process? Again, we'll never know.
No.
I guess the good thing about that is it would go quick, huh?
I watched, I can't believe I'm going to admit that I watched this movie this week. I watched the A-Team movie. And damn it, if I'm admitting it, it's a damn good movie. But there's a scene where Liam Neeson wakes up. He fakes his own death, but he wakes up and he's in the thing. Spoiler alert.
No.
Right before the Jets go on.
Brad in La Follette says, if Bear says Frank instead of Frank one more time, I'm going to drive off a bridge.
Frank.
Oh, what are you doing?
Take your seatbelt off.
Spiteful. Hey, Sam, you got one of them Liz Frank injuries? Come over here. Let me take a look at that. I'm a doctor.
It's 50-50 how that word's pronounced. It's F-R-A-N-C is how the word's
you're
spelled.
probably right.
And I'm sorry, and you're going to give just absolute authority to Brad from La Follette. They barely speak English up there.
Wow. That's a shot.
That's not nice. La Follette's one of our key listening areas, man. You don't have to take a shot at the entire community. It's terrible.
Too far, Walk?
It's just unnecessary.
It's completely
just
unnecessary.
completely unnecessary. These are our callers we're talking about.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Roberto, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. I'm actually really enjoying the portal topic today. It's kind of interesting because of the game tonight because, Ole Miss has made quite a bit of hay in the portal. And the best player in the game, the two best players in the game are the quarterbacks, and they're both from the portal. So, take that for whatever it's worth. I feel like, yeah, we're probably going to find our guy in the portal. There's no doubt about it. I'm a little worried. And Walker, I know he's your boy, right? And I think you'd really want him. That Liz Frank injury, right, Bear? It's not an easy recovery. My brother-in-law is a surgeon. I asked him, and he said it's like probably 6 months, like before he's really doing stuff again on that. So I don't know when he had it, but it's pretty serious injury.
Is that 6 months for dudes like you and me, Roberto, or is that like 3 months for a world-class athlete?
With the best medical
I'll text him and get back to you, seriously, because I don't know. I don't know that answer. It's a good question. I heard it said on Basilio today, and I thought it would be interesting to see if Tennessee can be like, hey, can our dudes take a look at your foot type of deal, look at the recovery and all that. But you really can't. It's not like the NFL where they have a PA because this is for your name, image, and likeness. It's marketing. It's not pay for play, right? So if I were Sam Leavitt and I wanted a college football starting job next year, it seems like Tennessee's his best chance at this point. Is that fair or unfair, in your opinion, guys?
I don't think it's totally fair because, again, this is the number one player in the country in the portal.
But
according
everybody's
to,
passing on him.
I don't know that they're passing on him. He's been to what, 3 visits? This is number 3 or 4?
I think this is number 5 or 6.
He's been
somebody will sign him.
He went to Kentucky.
He could play at Slippery Rock.
He almost went to Texas Tech, but then Texas Tech decided to go with Sorsby.
Okay, so he didn't end up going there.
Didn't go to Texas Tech, went to LSU, and we're his 3rd visit.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, he's a nice player, and his upside is really high. I just wonder if Tennessee's in the negotiation phase right now because they're not going to give him $4.5 million. They can't. They cannot part with that kind of money, especially now that it seems as though the Campbell kid, Chaz Campbell, right, seems like he is trending towards us, and that's where you're going to spend your money. You're going to overpay for a kid like that. You're not going to overpay for the number one kid in the portal who's coming off an injury and a surgery.
Yeah, I think
did I say Campbell? I'm sorry, I meant Coleman. Pardon me. That's a kid you're going to overpay for, an elite first-round talent. So I don't know. I look across the board, and I think that there's an opportunity for Tennessee to make some waves here in the next 3 days. And if it were me, and it's down to Leavitt or all 3 of the guys from Penn State, I pour my money into defense, and I have to take the kid from ECU. See ya.
Thank you, Roberto. We appreciate the phone call. I mean, yeah, the guy from ECU. Like there are other guys out there yet.
Still the kid from Harvard out there, right?
No,
did he sign?
he I can't remember where he went, but I think he's off the board.
Okay.
Yeah, Chaz Coleman is another one out there. Austin Price 15 minutes ago on VolQuest saying that he wouldn't be surprised to see Tennessee go to an in-home visit with Chaz Coleman as early as this weekend. So
that'd be great.
Still swinging there, Bob. Would that get your dander up a little bit?
Absolutely.
Number one rush end in the portal?
Yeah.
Well, if we pick up that linebacker, what's his name? The Penn State?
Amari Campbell?
Roberto was kind of combining the names, but yeah, Amari Campbell.
I'm ready for we get the I'm ready for the Nittany Vol defense.
We take Penn State's sounds like two of their best players off their defense last year.
Maybe four.
Would it be four? Oh yeah, we already got the I have a really hard time keeping. There's
you
so
could
many
have
names.
Coleman, Gilliam,
Mm-hmm.
Campbell, the linebacker, and then DeJuan Jones in the secondary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh.
Could be good. Could be good.
Especially when you're considering Jim Knowles, it's his first year. And it just seems like it's going to be easier to install a very complicated defensive scheme with guys that can be out on the field to explain it to the Tennessee guys that are just learning it.
David on Twitter says OU is not just hiring Witten; they're recruiting his son to join him in Norman. Yeah, I mean,
you aren't kidding. You don't say.
I get that part of it too. I mean, Witten has talked about wanting. Remember when we had an opening? I think it was the 2017 or 2020.
Oh, when things got really weird.
Well, yeah, he gave an interview and said that he would love to be the head coach at Tennessee, and he was serious.
I'm sure.
He was serious. He had, and this. I think this is before he had coached high school ball.
Yeah.
Like he was a head coach at some high school in a Fort Worth suburb where they live down there. But, guy wants to get in coaching. Hey, good for him, man. And good for –
And he shoots for the moon, doesn't he? He was going to be an announcer. He's going to be on Monday Night Football.
It is going to be obnoxious watching Cooper Witten just be the next great Oklahoma linebacker. He's got 147 tackles on the season. We're in the third game.
First linebacker to be invited to New York for the Heisman Trophy in 50 years.
Grew up wanting to be a Vol, but he just couldn't pass up the opportunity to play for his dad.
And he also grew up down there in Texas, obviously, and it's not like he grew up here.
If we get Sam Leavitt, if he clears the hurdles and he's fully healed, where does he stack up in the SEC in terms of best quarterback?
Boy, I don't even know who else is in that conversation next year.
Well, Arch Manning.
And Stockton back for one more year?
Stockton.
DeMond Williams probably if he goes to LSU.
DeMond Williams.
But you still got Marcel Reed down at A&M. You've got whoever Kiffin's going to end up with.
Whoever Oklahoma brings in.
But Mateer's coming back.
Really?
Yeah. I think
Good
that's
for him.
the understanding because he
Didn't
started
do enough,
out. He started out great.
I get that, yeah.
Got hurt and then never really recovered fully.
Got to hope that the kid at
Lenore
Alabama.
Sellers.
Lenoris. The young fella.
He's in the
at,
conversation,
Bama.
man. Like, I don't see any of those guys, including Arch, as being
I agree.
the second coming.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And Arch definitely turned his season around, though, man.
If that foot heal, if we get Leavitt and it, all right, we've talked about all the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
What if it? All right, let's say it gets better.
Turn that frown upside down.
And he is 100% ready to go in June. And by the time the season, he's back to his old self. He's running around there like Crazy Legs Leavitt. And he comes in here, balls out. If that happens, he could be the best.
I think he would be the best, just based on watching him play. Like, you watch how Mateer played, or remember how good Mateer was early in the season with his legs and his arm? Leavitt's better with both his legs and his arm.
This is why I brought this up. I'm trying to find ways to be cheerier on this. If we get him, he could be really good.
That's the
Come
ceiling.
on, Bob.
That's the ceiling.
Come on, Bobo.
You leaving me, Bob?
Come on in. The water's fine.
On Risk-averse Island over here with me. We've been here all afternoon, having a good time, being responsible.
You're on your own.
Oh, Bob's back. We got him back, baby.
Yay. We love it.
On the live chat, Coastal says Campbell is the one we need the most since he's the adjuster.
Green dot.
Yeah, in the Knowles plan.
That's what he calls the. What is that? I guess that's like the guy who he adjusts before the play. You go over here, I go over here.
Yeah, it's
play caller pretty much.
Yeah,
I don't know. Call me crazy. One of the things that drove me I thought was absolutely maddening was our inability on defense. If I could sit there and watch it and tell you that you don't know how to line up, and there's all that movement pre-snap, and it's not trying to confuse the offense. We legit at times this year didn't feel like we knew where to get where we were supposed to be lined up. Having those guys at every level from the defensive line all the way back to the secondary, I'm getting more jacked up about that.
Is it a bad sign? Is it kind of nerdy to have a position on your defense called the adjuster?
The adjuster can be sinister.
Just call him the quarterback.
When
of the
has
defense.
an adjuster ever been sinister? An adjuster comes out to look at your car wreck.
No, did you ever see the movie The Accountant?
Yeah, that's what kind of vibe I was getting. The adjuster.
I mean,
he'll adjust you about
usually
2 inches off your.
In football, you got the Leo, the Sam, the Buck,
the Mike.
The Mike. Yeah. I remember Dewey Ward used to say, like, they had a defense back in the 60s when he played. One of the positions was called the Monster Man. Here comes the Monster Man.
Well, he used to call the middle linebacker the Monster Backer.
Star.
That was all the way
Star.
up.
Yeah. And we've got the adjuster. No. The adjuster has to wear, like, glasses with one of those, like, pads on it, right? He's got
either the adjuster
pocket
or
protector.
Might be a nickname for some kind of.
Well, Coastal followed up and said Basilio called him the adjuster. Got to give credit. But I had heard that already. That's one of Knowles' terms.
Yeah,
that's
out there on the internets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just call him the quarterback of the defense. That's what he is.
No, the adjuster's better than that, Walker.
Yeah,
fits better.
I'm just saying. I'm going to withhold judgment on it. If we get the kid, the adjuster from Penn State, and he's,
So
it is a weird thing.
It's a little weird.
He'll
I don't know if I could get used to this.
I can't.
Who we got an adjuster this year?
Now it's going to stick.
He'll be calling
in recruiting. Oh, that guy would make a great adjuster.
By tomorrow, Bear will be calling him a mod adjuster. That'll be the name. It'll just
a mod adjuster Campbell.
Yeah, it'll just.
I don't know what mod adjuster means. As long as he makes plays closer like Gerard Mayo and Al Wilson, they can call him whatever the hell they want to. Be a monster middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Deal out pain.
There's got to be a movie called The Adjuster somewhere.
I've heard it in a movie.
That's a movie title somewhere.
The Adjuster. That is kind of.
Who's the weak side guy? Is that the appraiser?
Home inspector? The inspector.
The inspector. Stay with us. The shocking conclusion of the drive coming up. Speak now, forever hold your peace. 865-966-3435. Your phone number to get on the show. 966-3435. Back to wrap things up right after this.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Yeehaw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine. Live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Hey, it's Russell Smith here for ECR Total Landscapes. I had the ECR crew out to my house last year to remove multiple trees on my property, and I couldn't be more satisfied with the work they did. Not only did they cut down several trees that were too close to my house, they also grinded the stumps and cleaned up the work site, leaving my yard looking better than before. Take it from me. If you've got a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree that's threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Do what I did. Call ECR Total Landscapes for a free estimate. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. 865-384-2012. That's 865-384-2012. Your local tree cutting experts. These guys get the job done. Check out their website, ECRTotalLandscapes.com.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Are you ready to make your dream home a reality? Hi, I'm Bo Kregner, and here at the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, we know that finding the perfect home is more than just a transaction. It's about finding your sanctuary, your future, your happiness. Our team is dedicated to guiding you every step of the way, ensuring a smooth and stress-free journey towards home ownership. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, we're here to help. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or just visit us online at bonowshouses.com.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Wrapping up on a Thursday edition of the program. Football tonight. It's set to kick off down there in Glendale. Ole Miss and Miami.
This is going to be a really good game. Feels like it.
Well, you got, to me, it comes down to, can Ole Miss slow down that vaunted Miami defensive front? Or is Chambliss going to have to just run around and improvise, which he can do, but I'll be interested to see how Ole Miss, and again, like they've got whatever's going on with their offensive coaching staff, like how much of a game plan do they have? I mean, that's probably the best defense that we've seen, at least the best defensive front in college football.
Yeah, and their secondary is opportunistic, and they can obviously, as seen last week, they can take it the other way in just a hurry. And they hit, man. That's a salty defense.
They are a salty bunch for sure. Let's see, what else do we have here? Damon Wilson, named to keep in mind here. Transfer portal guy out of Missouri. 6'4", 230-pound edge rusher. Tennessee kicking the tires there, according to Austin Price. The Chaz Coleman news is significant. Like, that would be, obviously, I think he's the best guy you can get.
Yeah.
Do you need more than one? Because we've lost everybody. It's Christian Gass, the true freshman. If you get Coleman there, yeah, you're going to need depth because we had like 5 edge. We were like 5 deep there this past year.
Yeah, bring me another one. Bring me 2 or 3 of them.
Well,
I saw that look at Indiana's, the way that Indiana's roster was made up of older dudes.
Yeah. Well, and you got to move. You know, you've got guys like Marion Dye, I think, was a edge rusher coming out of high school, and he showed up here and he's huge. And so we were playing strong side. Does he move back over there and become a factor there? Because he played a good bit this year. Like, he got his nose bloodied, as Coach Fulmer used to like to say.
We're working like heck.
That was one of his better ones. I mean, we've got some guys that are already on the team that I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm still kind of surprised Ross left. I mean, you were in line to be the guy.
We weren't going to pay him as much money as he was asking. I bet that's how that ended up.
Liked Chop Harbin.
True. And Chop.
I wonder where that guy ends up.
I'm sure he'll land on his feet somewhere, given how good of a recruiter he is.
Probably on Lane Kiffin's staff in some form or fashion.
All right, Bear, skinny quarterbacks. In case we do have to go with George, we just whiff on everyone.
Okay.
And George McIntyre is the starting quarterback here.
Height, you got height and weight?
No, I don't have the numbers. I just I've got 6 names here. These were all skinny guys.
Okay, yeah, but I'm talking about a very specific.
You're talking about like this, like Nico,
6'5", 6'6", and like 195 pounds. Beanpole. That's what McIntyre is.
Tony Robinson wasn't a very thick guy.
Tony Robinson was probably, I would say, honestly, one of in the top 100 fastest people on the planet when he played here.
So speed makes up for it.
Speed and athleticism can. I saw somebody in the text box said something about, who was it?
Michael Vick.
Was
190 pounds.
Mike Vick was faster than a bullet, dude.
George was a great basketball player. He's sneaky athletic. There's a reason he's skinny.
You're going to tell me he's as athletic as T-Rob or Michael Vick?
I did not say that.
Okay.
But I think you're generalizing and painting a picture of a statue when I don't think that's the case.
I don't think T-Rob is 6'6".
Mac is
I
dual
don't think
threat,
George
though,
is
isn't he?
6'6". He's what?
He's a dual threat quarterback, and at least his
I mean,
profile was.
I think he can move a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and say that he is Jaden Daniels all over again. There's another
That's one I was thinking.
Jaden
He
Daniels.
was 6'4", and he was. I think he
Very
probably
skinny.
weighed less than G-Mac.
Very skinny.
And how many catastrophic injuries has he
He
had?
won the Heisman Trophy,
He's
Bear.
a Heisman Trophy winner.
What about coming back home? What about Tyler Bray?
Tyler Bray's on the list. Very skinny.
He wasn't that skinny.
Very skinny. Yes, I
When he
remember.
got here, he was.
Huh?
When he first got here, he didn't have trouble putting on weight.
George has been here for 8 months.
He's been here plenty of time. Go ahead.
You see how you've got an agenda here? Let's see. Who else we got here? Randall Cunningham.
How tall was Randall? Again, one of the freakiest athletes that ever played the position.
Well, you didn't put any qualifiers on here. You just
Well, I've seen King George play. He's great. He's got a cannon for an arm, but he does not run the ball. He's not explosive running the ball. He looks like a damn Goonie bird running down there. He's going to get killed.
When did you see him running the ball?
When he was pounding Catholic high school's eyes shut, throwing the ball.
Do what?
King George.
Yeah, you saw him play a high school game against Catholic.
Yes.
And he threw.
Oh, yeah. His arm was incredible.
Okay,
but he
so
can't run the
again,
damn ball at all.
He can't run the ball at all.
I didn't think so.
Well, I mean, you just know how to back up an argument with all sorts of facts and
Well, I mean, all you're
logic.
giving me is just names.
That's what you wanted.
I said, are they similar in stature, height, and weight? You've listed off just a lot.
Mike Glennon.
That's a good one. Trevor
What do you
Lawrence.
mean? He was one of the best quarterbacks in NC State history. Played, what, 10 years in the NFL?
We beat the snot out of him with Derek freaking Dooley.
So now we're talking about players that are not just – we've gone from skinny players to tall, skinny players who can run, who Tennessee did not beat the crap out of.
Keep going.
Got
any more?
No, you keep moving the goalposts. I just want to know, trying to establish a set of criteria here.
Couple more from our side of things. Tim Dewberry reminds us. Eric Ainge, 195. Brett Schaefer, 190 when they were.
Brent Schaefer was not 6'5". Brent Schaefer was like maybe 6 feet tall, and again could run like the wind.
Trevor Lawrence.
I don't think he's not. I don't look at Trevor Lawrence and
there's no example.
Similarity.
There's no
Mike
fact
Glennon's
that
the
we
best
could
comp to him.
It's just the screen is down. There's no amount of information you can possibly throw at him that's going to penetrate his cranium right now. It's just not happening.
Glennon,
he's too skinny.
Is the best comp for him. That's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, that guy sucked. Couldn't win with him.
I mean, he never won anything big.
Wasn't a very good pool player. Discard him.
If you say so.
Well, no, I mean, I think there's a lot of examples here. That's all. I mean,
did he show you anything in that one little bit we got to see him that made you think that he would?
When did I don't even remember when we got to. He played 3 snaps against
New Mexico
State. No, no, I don't put any stock into that. No,
yeah, he's over there in that camp with Ethan Berg now.
So you just want to kick him to the street then?
Nah, I don't know.
Your guy G-Mac, you just want to kick him to the street and tell him thank you for your service. We don't want you.
Poor Ethan Berg. The name has not been brought up today. Just caught a stray right at the end of the show.
I mean, what's the correlation there on Ethan Berg?
Oh, I mean, what game was it where it was just god awful? I just never wanted to see him again.
You're doing your anti-Semitic thing again. It's really uncomfortable.
I'm really not.
Uncomfortable. I don't like it. Don't sign off on it. Don't agree. But yeah, Damon Wilson's in the portal. He's a edge rusher from Mizzou that we're apparently kicking the tires of. Number 5 player in the portal, according to On3, number 2 edge rusher. So I guess he's the number 2 guy right behind Chaz Coleman. Get them both.
How do they decide how these rankings are done? On3.
It's probably the same way they have
recruiting. It's a star ranking. Yeah, they rank them with stars for their transfer portal. They'll adjust their original profile based on their
adjust
college
more than
stuff.
I do. I did find a movie named The Adjuster.
It's good. I'll let you go watch that.
Yeah, can you give us a review on that?
Oh, on The Adjuster?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about an uptight insurance man and his film censor wife becoming a kinky couple's landlord.
So we'll be back tomorrow. Another stellar edition of The Drive from 3 until 6 p.m. Of course, be sure to tune in for our award-winning morning show, Talk Sports with John and Cody, from 8 to 11. Basilio from 11 to 1. And then the Playbook with William Pattison, 1 to 3. We'll do it again tomorrow, 3 to 6, right here on Fan Run Radio. For Bob and Bear and Walker, I am merely Russell Smith. We'll talk to you tomorrow here on The Drive.
The Drive.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m.